Grütreischiger, you've just landed on the Mikey and Me podcast. But fear not, for this is no mistake. No fault in the stars, no glitch in the matrix. I'm afraid this has all been planned, predetermined by powers known not to us. So pull up a chair and join us as we find our way together, for you are among friends.
Gentlemen, hey
guys,
I don't know if you guys realize this, but this is 2 weeks in a row that we're doing this.
2 weeks in a row?
You know, there was a time where we had 52 weeks in a row.
What?
I don't think we did
52 in a row? That makes sense.
Didn't we do a year?
Not in a row.
I'm
pretty sure we did.
The first year, I don't think we missed a week.
I don't think we did either.
Because it was like we talked about.
There was no holiday that fell.
Not on the Saturday.
Because we started off doing it like on Tuesdays.
Yeah, we did. We were.
So we
were way more flexible then.
We had a while of just Tuesdays, and then
we're doing it during the week.
Then we switched over to like the weekend. So like it kind of could have worked out in such a way.
We made it happen.
Yeah, because there was times we didn't shoot Tuesdays that we shot Friday and Saturday or something like that. Because like you said, it was a lot more flexible. Yeah, and then
those were the glory days.
Well, I used to love it more in here when there was when I had the smell of Nag Champa. I see one more Nag Champa stick.
Dude, it needs to be there.
We can't burn the sacred Nag Champa. Can we pass it around and smell it?
It's always there because if the world was literally about to end and we only had 10 minutes left, we'd want to make sure we had a Nag Champa.
One Nag Champa, baby.
We want to go out with
anybody who's not a big fan of that. You know, I don't know. It really is the best. We don't have to harp on it too long, but you might not like it at first, but smell something else.
It is. I never would have thought if you told me, oh, you're going to marry a chick who's not cool with incense and she don't want to smell no Nag Champa in that house.
Yeah.
I've been like, dude, that ain't going to happen. I'm not going to get suckered into that.
Yeah. Here you are.
We tell ourselves lots of things. we
lie to ourselves.
I love you.
We lie to ourselves. And in a lot of little ways, tell a lot of little lies.
A lot of little ways.
Tell me lies. Tell me sweet little lies.
What's interesting?
So, you recently sent me something that said we had a popular episode that was, we're worldwide. Nobody in the U.S. really listens to us, but which is interesting. That's why the intro I just did, I said "Greetings, traveler" in Dutch. That's what that was.
They're like, no, you didn't.
Mike is the bullshit.
You told us to go F ourselves.
They're gonna be like, the fuck? Fuck this guy.
Yeah.
What do you think it feels like there right now?
Oh yeah, I mean, I could look that up. Let me see.
Off the top of my head, it's probably chilly.
I know over there it actually might be summer solstice.
Okay,
because it's in the middle equator. It's below the north equator.
Hold on.
You know, this I think would be a good time for me to bring up a short kind of thing, but recently that we just kind of got out of, but just really the government shutdown. Right. Just literally like educationally. Do you know how and why that can even happen?
Yes.
What are the mechanics politically in our system that can lead to that sort of thing? Ain't got no
gas in it.
Well, I know why why this last one had just happened was because it's like they have to do you have it pulled up?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to see if you knew, because I had exactly what triggered it, what in our system allows that to even happen.
Yeah, well, I know on the last one it was like they were supposed to be voting on the continuing resolution of last year's budget, because they have to vote on like the budget. What is it, every year or quarterly?
Or there's like funds approved.
Yeah,
some
and then
stuff
where they put new stuff in or take stuff out, whatever. But the thing was, this previous one was just a continuing resolution on the one they had passed under the Biden administration. And so really it was just a continuation of all the things that they had voted yes on previously. But the thing is in order to pass the continuing resolution, they need, I believe, a supermajority, which is 60 votes. And the Republicans do control the House and the Senate, But while they do hold the majority in the Senate, they only have like what's considered a simple
You don't know exactly
majority.
what triggers it, though, right? I can say there's some goofy like that, but like it's literally just like what you're describing, I guess, and how. So the government shuts down when Congress fails to agree on new spending bills called appropriations. Before the current funding runs out, which usually happens September 30th at the end of the fiscal year, a shutdown is forced by law called the Anti-Deficiency Act, which means federal agencies cannot legally spend money without Congress approval. So it's goofy. So they have to stop non-all-essential functions. And so that's like if lawmakers can't agree on full spending bills, they usually pass a temporary fix called a continuing resolution. But if that fails, which I guess I don't even know if they did that here,
Yes,
shutdown begins.
The last one, so
Because I think what we have now might be because I feel like something happens at the end of January to where if things
has
aren't
to do
agreed
with-
with, that it would still like potentially still.
the end of January is when the Obamacare vote comes up, the
Okay.
ACA vote.
Then that's probably-
And that's literally what I was saying is like, so they can pass like new budgets, or they can do just a continuing resolution, which is literally just a continuation of the stuff. Which, like, obviously, if it's a continuing resolution, it had passed in the past, and so basically, they required a 60 vote majority in order to pass it, and while the Republicans did hold, I think it was 56 or 57. They had 56 or 57 votes, which would have been considered a simple majority. They need the supermajority, which would have been 60 votes. So they would have needed at least 3 Democrats or independents to cross the line or across the aisle to vote on the continuing resolution, which they had just voted on. They had voted yes on in the previous session or whatever. So,
Okay. So yeah, I guess it originally started in 1884. So I guess it was originally intended to enforce congressional authority over the budget, but now it's basically become a mechanism for weaponizing funding disputes.
Yeah, the pork barrel spending and stuff like that, where it's like people get all their pet projects in, and so it's like
The longest shutdown in history. That's something. We made history. 43 days of
we've been
paralysis.
We've really been doing a lot to make history this year in a lot of great
Yeah,
ways.
dude. No, whenever those flights start getting cut, that's whenever it starts making. Okay, no, we
Flights?
can't handle this. Whenever the traffic
yeah.
controller stuff was being affected.
Yeah, the
But dude, that shutdown was cost $11 billion. Like the impact of that is $11 billion. And you just think about what was the funding about? Hopefully, it was.
So
Was
we
it that
lost-
much at least?
No,
I mean-
that is the good thing about it is that it's like
I was just
okay,
about to say.
yeah. How much does the government normally spend
Dude.
in 40 days?
Yeah.
I bet it's way more than
it is
$11
crazy to
billion.
think about that.
And I was gonna say too, it's like I think the thing to keep in mind with some of this stuff.
And national
when it
parks
comes
lost
to-
$25 million. Okay,
when it comes down to well, that is something interesting. You remind me about that. But I was just going to say, the thing to keep in mind, I think, about some of these things is that we have, like, they're there for a reason. They're kind of safeguards in a sense,
Yeah.
like, I think, to
sure.
regulate the government
There's a
correctly
purpose
because
there,
it's
yeah.
like, if, you know, and it's always just spun. I think we have to realize, too, no matter who's in office, it's going to be in whatever side you line up on, the stuff you listen to or the mainstream narrative, whatever. It's like, they're going to more or less spin it to you in such a way to, you know,
You gotta love this. Over
upset
time,
you or something.
they slowly starts to blame Democrats. It's just interesting
They're
the
gonna
way the
try and
narrative
sensationalize
changes over
it.
time between what the media does.
Yeah.
But then just between like average Americans just feeling the impact and being annoyed by it.
Yes.
Because that's whenever like certain
But I
people
think
are just,
too,
it's like okay,
I think that's the thing though. If you're annoyed by that though, in my opinion,
or
if
like
you're
maybe
annoyed
like
by
Garrett
it,
like was affected.
if
you
you're
know?
annoyed by it, in my opinion though, it's a good thing to like, okay, if that annoys you, you should probably look into the other shit the government's doing, because eventually it's going to creep up on you as well, and that's going to fucking annoy you too, because I think there's so much shit that's going on that nobody has any idea about because they're so, well, I just got other shit to worry about or other shit to do, and it's like eventually it's like the saying, if you don't take an interest in politics, politics will take an interest in you. It's like you okay, this shit sucks, I don't disagree, yes you need to work, yes you have quote more important things, but sometimes these things that they're doing and trying to just subvert in without anybody knowing or fucking just pass on, with no real oversight, it's like those things can affect you and be a bigger fucking problem down the road. So it's like,
it's interesting.
It is difficult though, because again, like especially with the air traffic controllers and stuff, those guys not getting paid and whatnot for
and
it's like
and then being told they have to work. And did you hear about the bonus?
I was gonna say I heard them say
10 G's.
But if you worked all 43 days, like basically if you came in and worked for free during the time.
And that's the thing is that I was going to say, I heard somebody who made a good point where he's like, most air traffic controllers could go with missing one check, or he was like, but you can't you can't miss
over
two.
A month.
Like you're not able to miss two checks. He was like, you can get by with missing one check. He's like, but you can't fucking miss two checks.
You can't expect everyone to have their shit together and be saving that much and have that much saved.
And before you get to this, the national park thing, it's funny you had said that during the government shutdown, there were people posting videos of just saying that it was like, just roll right up. You don't have to fucking pay
because no one was working.
It was like there was no working, so you could just actually go probably have a lot more fun and actually enjoy the park rather than because dude, that's the thing with some of that.
That's interesting.
Some of the national park stuff, I think,
nationally park, no security, no nothing. Just be like, all right, guys.
Yeah,
that's pretty wild. See, but I just whatever means like I know that whatever the current funding provision is through the 30th, and I mean we'll see how that goes. But yeah, it's always interesting just because. It's like, it actually happened. Shutdown, the rise of shutdown brinkmanship. It's like, that means like that's always a fun word.
Brinkmanship?
Yeah, just like playing the game all up to being like, you'll stand your ground on something hard, Yeah. The new record.
Yeah, getting the deal done at the last minute.
Yeah, new playbook from furloughs to firings. System under strain.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's interesting. And also, too, I think that, call me what you want, whatever. I think and all of this should just be all of these things I think should be warning signs to most people of you should do the best you can to rely on the government as little as possible. I know that's easier said than done, but it's like, I think some people, they don't actually make an effort to do that. It's like you have to, like you said, Zook's vein, where it's like you kind of have to, you're in a not so great position and this sucks, but also too, to get out of that position and be in a better spot, you have to kind of suffer a little more to do it. And so,
no one wants to suffer at all.
No. And I think that, you have to you got to do something to kind of, like I said, don't put all your eggs in that basket and think that they're going to solve everything or always be there for you and take care of it all. And it's like,
the eggs gonna either hatch or they're gonna go bad.
Yeah,
they got a basket full of rotten eggs.
Rotten eggs. Nobody likes it.
At least it's only one basket full of rotten eggs. But if you put it in many baskets, then you'd have had a bunch of baskets of
this
rotten
little
eggs.
Presentation here. It whipped up in a couple minutes by the new Gemini upgrade, the new Google AI upgrade.
I'm
saying like it whipped that together in a couple minutes based on and it's like exquisitely perfect. Like it's as high level like legit type of presentation like that you can get. Just it's crazy. It sounds stupid. That's just like a little example. It's like of how well it can visually do and like implement just large language knowledge, word knowledge and visual understanding of everything is pretty interesting. Mikey has a new favorite band.
Do you want to get into all that now?
Or no, we don't have to. It's just I figured since I was doing that here, I could do that.
Yeah, no, that's. I didn't know if we wanted to do the movies first or get into that because I'm about ready to. I could talk about some of the AI, like just because.
Yeah, we can talk about that when you do movies.
Yeah, no, I mean, as of recently, it's like I'm kind of. I like AI, but then I'm also like, man, I really don't like some of the stuff going on, and some of the, it is concerning
what do you not
in a
like?
lot of ways because recently, as like I sent you today, I had sent Matthew a video on YouTube of an artist. I was like, hey man, go check this guy out. Like, listen to this real quick, and then just give me a call when you get a chance. And it's an artist by the name of Nick Hustles, and I had listened to a few of his songs, and I was like, oh, this is pretty good, man. Like, I like this, you know. And I'm sure you can already guess where this is going, but I'm like, I like this. It sounds good, you know.
The guy, like the artist, said he did not use AI on any of it. That was the whole thing. He was stood for ground of being human.
Huh?
Oh, it was the opposite of being human.
Yeah. So yeah, I didn't know what you were saying at first.
That's a bad joke.
But I was listening to it, and it was like, it sounded pretty good, and I was like, oh, okay, you know. I was thinking it's like Leon Bridges, the artist.
Pull it up.
Leon Bridges is an artist that sounds very old
from the Metroplex,
and but he's a current day artist, and so I'm listening to this guy kind of with that same ear, like, oh, okay, like current day artist singing like it's old school, and I had sent a couple of his songs to one of my friends, and then he responds and was like, yo, this guy's pretty good. Like, when did he come around? And I was like, I end up looking it up and realizing this dude is fake. This isn't real. This is AI.
Just letting go.
This was created by, I can find the guy who created him, but it's a fake artist.
So it is bullshit.
Yes.
So that brings to like the question: how do you feel about the song after knowing that? Do you feel any different? Do you like it? Are you able to enjoy it the same as if you thought?
No.
So
No.
it does affect it.
It is. Yeah, it does affect it. I can't enjoy it the same because it's like, and I know it's stupid.
I mean, no,
I know it's stupid to an extent, but
I
then
don't think
also
it is though. Like that's the thing, and it's funny because Joe Rogan's been saying that lately. I don't know if you listen to him. Who bring up
about
and
that
he'll
one
talk
artist
about
who was
how he
like
likes
that guy. This guy could sell out arenas.
He's doing the 50 Cent song and whatever, and he'd be people like, oh, that bothers him. Joe's like, hey, it didn't bother me. I like it. Which I get that. That's cool.
Yes.
You like it. But if the thought of something being created, we're living in a world to where things get changed, and if you actually do feel like an emotional attachment because it's human, if anything, that's a good thing, right? Because that's gonna actually be the energy that preserves human stuff, right?
Yeah, right.
Because if everyone didn't give a then literally it would be like, okay, then no one's gonna actually take any interest in any of the human stuff, right? So,
No, yeah, for sure.
Sorry, I just wanted to say because Joe Rogan said that, and it always kind of annoyed me. It's like, okay, it's fair to feel both ways.
Yes.
It's fair to feel both ways.
It is fair, but I do still think that, again, with the way to combat that argument of being okay with it, I would say that eventually it's like you just have to question. It's like, again, what is it that humans or human beings or human experience is even supposed to be about then? Is it really it's like, rather than creating these things that can artificially generate these experiences, is that what being a human is? Or is being a human
I could tell you what our definition would be. It would be to know and love God. Like, and really, but that's like a reality that's beyond, but like in real. So,
but I meant like as far as the humanity goes, it's like it's like, no, I think that there's some things that are still like sacred to an extent and should be preserved and thought of in differently than just kind of such a whatever. It's like, because again, everything, I mean, think about it. Think of experiences you want to go and pay for and stuff like that. You want to experience something real. Like you want to, it's not, you don't want to go experience something where it's like, go to a place where it was like, oh yeah, like I went to this, I don't fucking know. So you go out to some like place where you have to pay for some type of service or some shit, like some like
a strip club,
massage parlor.
That would be a place you would be like, this is bullshit. I want the real deal.
Like, just an unenthusiastic robot. Like.
No, but it's like I'm trying to think of exactly what I mean. Like, okay, for instance, like some of the bars you go to now, the aesthetic is all just like flat. It's just white. It's just fucking cheap. Whereas it's like, at least at some of these older places that were back in the day, like Flying Saucer.
If you like a dive versus, or you're talking about even there's ones that aren't dives that.
No, that are like nice, like upscale places. They try and make them look upscale, but it's like, really, I'm just left with like an appearance of something, but really it's all just like, it's cheap bullshit
Well, it's like
cheap bullshit vinyl floors or cheap bullshit fixtures. It's like versus like a
what
place
was that?
like the Tipperary.
Demolition Man, where like everything was Taco Bell, like, all the, but it was all the.
I'm doing a bad job of trying to explain.
No,
but
yeah, I
I
get
will
what you're
recognize that. I do. I can't exactly
it's like,
paint that
just like the
picture for you.
brutalist,
Yeah.
like-
Well, I mean,
no, I was saying just like the brutalist style design element, or like
did you see that movie, The Brutalist?
Not yet.
It's actually pretty good. I'm not joking. There was a movie, The Brutalist.
Oh yeah,
it's all about like the architecture, brutalism,
I
and
like
style.
the pianist. He's like, don't shoot.
It's
about
funny because
that.
the same actor, the same
Adrian
Adrian Brody
Brody.
plays both of
Yes.
them. But yeah, he's like this like brutalist architecture guy and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. But no, kind
I
of what
do
he's
have to
saying, I
watch it.
guess for me, it's thinking of like, and I don't. Obviously at least the component is. So it's like I like to write music and make music, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like. I love Tool. I love these people. It's like, okay, they go away, they'll spend months. They'll put, their sweat and tears and energy and, they'll put their humanity into coming up with
soul.
something, right? Put your soul into it, whatever that is. But it's actually, then, so it's like you hear something, it's like, oh, I might not even like it, but like, I knew that somebody put their stuff in there. Kind of, we talk about certain movies that are made. It's like there's someone put their effort and actually put in there. But and just like just knowing that somebody who put no effort in anything was able to say, write a cool classic Motown sound in something, give it in this modern flair, that, and it's a few seconds later, get that come out. It's like, oh, so yeah. For me, it's like whether it's just built into the nature of what it is, but having a human that was actually somewhere putting effort, energy, and thought into it is the important element of the whole thing to me.
Yeah.
I'm just saying for me.
Well, yeah, no, I get that, but I mean, it's like too, it's like one of those things.
And I'm saying
where it's
everyone
like
makes good
wanna
stuff, but it's like
where it's like I want to be a songwriter, and it's like, well, can you write songs? And it's like, absolutely not. And it was like,
so you found a way.
yeah, it's like, hey, write a song about letting go of the bullshit. And it's like, this is a really good song, man. And
So
it's
it
like,
could be the
thanks.
same. It
And
could
so
be
it's
the
like,
same
that's what I'm
thing
saying.
where
it's like the
And I
guy
think it's
really
kind of just like a
the guy
weird
didn't
place.
have the capability to ever write a song. It's like, man, this guy just wrote a hit, and it's like, no, he just
that's a
typed
good point,
he just
because
typed
there could
in the
be a
phrase,
same
"I'm letting
example
go
of
the
somebody-
bullshit into AI and let it run."
Yeah.
Sing a song about a guy that had a bad day.
to where this is a new example of effort. It's just gotten that much easier to put the effort
Yeah.
into it.
Yeah, and it's like, again, I think that, no, I was just going to say that with the AI stuff, number one, that is one thing that it was like recently his kind of, I feel like, number one, nobody likes being duped or knowing that they've been fooled or been duped by something.
Everybody
And I was duped. I was like, wow, I didn't realize that. And then number two, this is the other thing that as
Are y'all doing that?
yes, this is the other thing that scared me. You're screen sharing that? Are you?
I think so.
Because that's terrifying. That's legitimately freaking terrifying.
So that was part of the whole new Google update their model and their image, their Nano Banana 3 image model. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, so what I thought was interesting is look at the shadows and how, like, even on my pants, how it gets it right with because that's exactly what the reflection would look like. How up at the top of my pants, it's kind of like at the mid thigh, it's like kind of green,
Literally understands the
kind of
physical
green
world.
and blue.
Little details like that.
Yeah.
It's not like it's actually. That's the crazy thing. We can
It
put
got
stuff
my
in there.
pug wrong. That's not Lily. You can tell that. That is not Lily. Like, I know my pug, and you can
but I
also.
guess
She doesn't have
based
the white on her
based on
face
the
like
one
that.
Little thing, but yeah.
Other than
But
that,
it's-
like, and me wearing headphones is really weird.
It's a
like,
Michael Swan shirt.
I know that. It's literally, it got, because I was looking, I'm like, wait, did he take this at Keller's and just had it swapped? And I'm like, oh no, that was when I was just doing the podcast. And he had taken a photo of me.
No,
and then
so I
same
took
thing
a
with
picture
Chris.
whenever
And-
I had a view of Keller's where he's standing there, and
It
you had
does
Lily
appear
with you.
that we're driving a 4-wheel drive Volvo, though.
Oh, the cars? Because
I was gonna say
know
that,
I was,
yeah.
I know
Look
I
at
was
the
having to
size
do.
of the cab.
I was
It looks
having to
like,
do
yeah.
Forerunner. No, I was asked it to make versions of that
okay.
old Forerunner I got.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
it-
because
and
I
it
was going to say
spot
that
on.
to me
And
looks
then I
like a
said-
Lexus.
Then I said, put them in the Forerunner.
Close together the doors are and how tiny it's like. It looks like a Volvo, like because of how high up they are.
No,
or
to me,
whatever.
the whole cabin and door and shit looks like the CRV. But here's something I want to show you, Matt. I want to. This is another so you had sent me that last night. My phone's getting ready to die. I wish it wasn't. You sent me that last night, and then I hope I can get to it and find it. Okay, yes. All right, go to our podcast on Instagram, or I can navigate to it real quick. And then just go to the messages I had sent. Go to the messages, yep. And then, which, by the way, that video's up to like 2,200,000. All right, keep scrolling.
Keep it rolling, buddy.
Keep going, keep going, keep going. Right there. Play this video. This is just fucking awful, by the way, what this guy's doing. Unmute it.
Bruh.
He said, "Hey, that your car out front? Somebody just stole it." That's what he told the guy.
They stole that shit, bro.
Oh, it's just a fake.
Watch.
They went out there and...
Just watch the whole video. There's more after this.
What you doing, man? Don't take my fucking car.
But the lady in the red and white shirt, do you know where she went? The lady that was with you?
That's her.
No, this lady. The lady that you were with, you were talking to? She was stealing. We're looking for her.
What?
What is
That's
that?
And she was.
That's like
That's
a
gotta
kiss.
be.
It sure as
You
hell
would know
ain't
if
me,
you got
dude.
kissed.
Oh, man, that's crazy.
Watch.
The boss said someone was in the women's closing area. And then they
This
got
guy's
to
gonna
the-
get shot doing
Listen.
this.
Not you.
He said he was somebody who caught you sniffing panties.
That's you, right?
Dude, I love this, man. Like, this is good to be doing, but this guy's gonna get himself killed one day doing this, dude.
There's no way.
This your car?
So I think that's the beginning of it.
Yeah.
And
So-
it's bold.
That's-
It's bold.
To me, it's again, yeah, that's bold. To me, what I was more startled at is the fact of how,
That it can do that?
or just how, yeah, not only
That
did
you
it,
can
did
just
it,
be
did
out
it
there,
con-
take a picture of that car, and then just
yeah,
go, take
that's
a
what I'm
picture, got a
saying.
cigarette, and
Like
then
so
get on there.
easily,
Yeah.
and it's like, yeah, that should be way more terrifying to people than it is.
I mean, I don't think a lot of people are presented with the scene of it like that to get to that point, but at the same time, yeah, you like him to see it, dude. And I just been interesting, just like I was just kept thinking of old cars I've had. I just wanted to see it recreate the interior, so I was like,
Yeah.
did like the old '93 Mazda, whatever. I was like, make the interior of it, and it just. It's like it does it perfect. So it's just think random bits of knowledge of like that. I just pick and ask it to do an inside image of this, whatever, and it do it like perfectly. Like you can think of anything, and it obeys laws of physics. So it could be like, oh, I want to combine these different color paints and stuff. Oh, that was like the inside of another truck. Yeah, there was my dad's Mazda. And it was a standard too. It just happened to
They
be.
didn't get it all the way right.
It didn't have that little thing there.
Well, and the back seats folded into the side, not the back.
They
Yeah,
did.
your legs didn't face the back; they faced each other.
You faced like sideways.
Oh, you're right. Well, cool. That's good then.
So it's like,
Well, and the other one that you just did was an S10, I think. The
Yeah, that
previous
wasn't supposed to be
picture.
this one.
Well,
That-
no, I know, but that's a fucking S10.
and the
interior.
seats are the same way.
Yeah. So that's good. So
You
it's
could tell, like, yeah, that's
just
zoom in
they'll
on
get
the
some of
steering
the
wheel.
stuff up here.
Zoom in on the steering wheel.
yeah, it's like GMC, but
Keep going.
it's-
See
I
if
can't zoom in
okay,
anymore.
Okay. I can't pull over any further.
But you can even the fucking headlight, like
But yeah, man, it's
it's-
startling.
Oh,
Again,
this is
it's
the-
very.
I was trying to see what the Forerunner that we just got looked like.
That's funny, dude.
And I was doing like the Titanic. What's it look like under the water right now?
Yeah.
and things because it's like it has an understanding of the real world, like legitimately. It's yeah.
I think though too, it does and it doesn't, because it's like look at it still has,
No,
which
there's
is
certain
good.
things of the details of these vehicles, right?
Well, no, not just that. Click on the picture of the car and look at the house behind it.
Yeah, like that. It's a little bit there.
It's odd. It almost looks like it's
Yeah.
like that to me kind of stands out in a way because it's like, well, what's with that Eve? Like at first it was like, oh, well, it has 2 garage doors, but that
Yeah.
you could just say is like that's like siding along the side right there, the front.
would you brick
but
just that little
exactly.
front
And I was gonna say, what's
Yeah.
with the double peak, the double Eve above? Like nobody would do that.
Yeah. No,
like
so
that's
it's-
unreasonable.
it's
so
good.
it's, but then again, like look at the trees. The trees look like just trimmed like shitty Bradford pears, which look real.
Yeah.
Those look like real, actual shitty fucking trees. Like that doesn't. Everything else is pretty. It's startling.
Yeah.
And again, I just think, yeah, you really gotta. So if somebody accuses your husband or girlfriend or wife of cheating, and they show you a picture,
Yeah.
do a good job of investigating. But that also doesn't mean that they aren't cheating just because they, if you get a picture.
Yeah, dude.
You don't want to be like, it's
Here's
all
wild.
AI. Everything's AI. It's just scary, though, because it's going to get to a point where
yeah.
even when you're trying to show somebody something, and I think that's the bigger thing, it'll make it perfect for the aliens or them suppressing things,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Because it's like, you can take a video of something. If you actually saw Bigfoot, you're at the day and age now where you try and take a video, they'd be like, that's AI.
Oh yeah.
That's
I mean,
AI.
yeah, that's.
And even if you
That's
ran it
well,
through
I've
something that says it's not AI, people would say that's bullshit. You could still get it to say it's
Yeah.
not AI.
I mean, no, yeah.
It's- to me, it's
there'll
just-
be to where Bigfoot could walk in front of them and they'll say that's not real.
It's awesome. It's such a cool capability. It's also cool, but then also too one of the main
Yeah, it's
giant
wild.
drawbacks of it is that it's going to literally ruin so much shit for people because it's like, again, so many
Definitely
people
gonna
are just
change
going to be,
things. It's gonna change things.
yeah.
And for maybe a generation of people, it'll ruin certain things, but then they'll die off, and kids will grow up, and they'll never knew those things that the other generation did.
It's and I get that, but to an extent, I understand that. But then also too, I still think it's going to ruin shit for them. Like even if they didn't know it, doesn't mean
But
that
how's
it's like
something ruined for someone if they didn't even know what's being like? Then you could say that about us and tons of things that have died off with just like over time. I'm just saying how
I
what would be
recognize
ruined-
it though.
what
Like
do you think
I
would be
didn't,
ruined for?
I never knew certain things, but it's like I know that dependability and reliability of shit has been ruined because I knew that by going to garage sales and buying old shit that it's like, man, they built these screwdrivers and hammers a hell of a lot better back then. Like the ones we have now fucking suck.
Yeah,
so I know that I've been
planned
robbed.
obsolescence.
I know that I've been robbed by when I go to somebody's estate sale or something and I go to buy and I'm like, go to buy some physical object and I'm like, man, this thing's actually sturdy, dude. Like, oh hell yeah, these are valuable. This is well made nice because shit now sucks. So it's like, that's what I mean about how there's still going to be, I think, and even if there isn't,
So you're talking about like
even
physical
if you don't
products.
know, even if you don't know
So you're
that,
talking about
right?
things that we make,
Okay,
though.
right. To go a step further, aside from things that we make, even though you don't necessarily know you've been robbed of it, I still think it's possible for somebody to have been robbed of something, even if you don't physically if
Like
you
if
don't
the freedom-
mentally.
Like,
Not just
I know-
freedom. It's
I'll
not.
give
I'm just saying there's an
I know,
example.
because
That's something you
no,
could
I
say.
know, but I don't want it to come down as though I'm always just they're coming after your freedoms and they're
He's
putting
getting mad,
it
guys.
It's like they're doing this. It's like that's not where it's coming from. It's
No,
like
I
that
was just
there's-
that's
that
the
there's-
example. Just trying to think of just like
Yeah.
like if a slave is born into slavery, like back in the day, he never knew freedom. But it's like
He never
say
knew
that
freedom,
he's
but he
robbed of
but he
them.
could imagine and be like, man, it'd be really nice to go fishing.
Yeah.
but I can't go
So
fishing.
you're talking about something that's never even
Because, like-
conceptually in their mind.
Yeah, it's like even though they're still going to be robbed of it, even though I can recognize now that
There
future
was at
generations
one-
will
there
be
was at one
robbed.
time a world where you could do this.
Yeah,
An example I think of is like when my nieces and nephews and shit like that are like over at the house and stuff, or like, like even the neighbor kids or whatever, like being outside playing and stuff. And it's like,
Yeah, like
and
smartphones
I'm
rob them
always-
of riding bikes around the neighborhood.
Well, no,
or something.
they go outside and play and stuff, but it's like, but at the same time too, when like my niece and nephew would be at the house when they were younger, and they'd be like out playing around or whatever. You'd come in, and you'd be like, "Where are Lily and Rylan?" And it's like, "Oh, out running around. It's like, is there an adult out there, or whatever? And it's like, and we didn't grow up like that as kids, of like having to have an adult like watch
Yeah.
this all the time. But it's like, but I feel like the world we live in today, I don't want.
Yeah, your kid to be out there without you watching.
Where it's like having an eye on
So
them.
like
It's
they're robbed of
and,
that bit
and I
of like
feel
independence as children.
that, just the nature of the world we live in today, that kids can't really go out and be kids the same way we were kids.
Yeah,
in
childhood
the sense
experience
that
is
it's
different.
like, and
it's a
I
lot more locked
understand
down.
that it always changed, but it was like up until
Yeah, you could.
until the
But I'm
early
saying just to
2000s,
equate to what he's
whatever.
saying, you would say that they were robbed of that.
They were
way
robbed
of living.
they were robbed of the childhood
That we had,
experience of
that we had.
not just us,
or
but I
just
mean,
the whole
that's-
generation.
yeah,
too.
like literally
Yeah.
all the way pretty much up, from like
And,
post-World War II.
Unforgiven. 2 weeks.
Well,
you kids
no, I
in
was
2
like-
weeks.
Well, no, yeah, I was gonna say, but
See, in
it's
2
like
weeks,
post, like post.
No, yeah, no,
post,
it's
like,
fair. I
World
get
War
what you're
II or
saying. I
whatever.
just find it interesting. I would never think of that as like that I was robbed of something. I would just think, for me, it's just thinking the world was different, and that's like what normal is or was then, as opposed to something being taken from me that I
Yeah.
never even really had.
Yeah, and I guess that's the thing, is that it's like, for me, even though they in that moment might not realize it, like you said, because how can you miss something you never had, or how can you? It's like, yes, I think if you just look at it as very black and white, that is how it is. But it's like, us now, I think, is the point too, is that it's like, I can recognize that later on down the road, that 100 years down the road, people are going to be whether they recognize it or not. I can recognize they're going to be absolutely robbed, the same way that, like, I feel like, because growing up, people would talk about our generation about stuff, and I would be like, whatever. And they felt that way because they knew what, like, life, the position
like
it put, the
before us.
position, everything,
they knew
everything that, like, I think that's the thing too.
It was
is
like
that
cell
people
phones. We knew it was like
recognize-
whenever we could go around and not just easily have to be accessible to everybody. Like,
Yes,
life
and
that
I
way.
think
I don't
that-
know.
I
That's
think that-
something that it's crazy to think of kids growing up thinking I'm always connected, and not even knowing what it was like to actually be disconnected from the
And
world.
I think that the thing is, when people were saying that when we were younger, saying stuff to us about, your generation now, and y'all don't get, and we always, in a lot of it too, it did come off as just like, you're just not tough, or you don't get this, or
Okay,
you don't know
boomer.
that. But then some of it too was that it's like, I think that they did realize, and it's like, you weren't articulating it well, or oftentimes, whenever you would hear it, but it's like, I think they knew that our generation is like, to an extent, because I know there's some boomers and stuff that just like have no idea, and they're totally isolated and think, just work harder. But I do think that there is some of the sentiment from the older generation to the younger, where it's like they have realized that we were given a certain thing, like what I was taught, that led me to this point in my life, that gave me a fair shake at life. Nobody else has been passing that down to you guys.
Yeah.
So it's like these newer generations aren't being given the tools and stuff like that to give themselves the same fair
actually
shake at
be
life
able
that
to
their
grow up
grandfather
and, like,
had.
yeah.
That their grandfather had. While oftentimes people back in the day were uneducated and had, I technically, even though I didn't get a great education, and more educated than my grandfather was. He didn't have the highest reading level, whatever. It's like, but he was still able to, with everything, it's like they were always making it to where that next generation, it's like, could maybe get.
So it's like a lot of it's
continuing
an
to equip
economic
them.
thing.
It can come down to that
It
too.
sounds like
Yes.
that's
It's
a big
economic
component.
among also among freedom as well, because it was
Yeah.
it's like, it's economic, it's freedom.
Be like,
it's
be
just
like
basic.
somewhere if you actually dedicated to hard work, you could actually like have a
Yeah.
home and a family and buy
Yes.
a house and do these things. Now
Yeah.
it's like, we're not only are we not necessarily
You're just
preparing
treading
kids
water.
to be able to do that, but also we're not even giving them the opportunity, if there was a hardworking young person
Yes.
who didn't get a good education, to actually make a life.
Yeah.
To where that doesn't exist, and we're not even preparing them for trying to get to that.
Yes, and then all these other things. I think it just shakes. I think again with all this other stuff that, like, you couple some of those things with the stuff we were talking about.
Well, sounds
to bring
like
it around
you'd be
and-
sign up for the universal basic income. Then that's where Elon.
UBI.
That's where Elon's
see-
words. Ideally, which I don't. He's always says things on the extreme.
It's funny you
but
brought
it's
that up because I was thinking about that.
because you brought it
yeah.
because you're the one sent me to me. It's funny because you said that for a while. It's funny because in that same conference, Jensen Huang, the NVIDIA CEO, was like making jokes like, okay, if you could be sure and let me know maybe a week before money starts becoming, money has no value, that'd be great.
That's the thing. Yeah,
Didn't
it's
he
like
just
he's very
liquidate- Didn't he just liquidate a shitload of his stuff?
Elon.
No, NVIDIA.
NVIDIA.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
I
I
mean,
think so.
Dude,
certain
who was-
people liquidated their stocks
No,
that they've
it's
held,
like
but themselves.
What's the dude's name?
Palantir.
Yeah, was
Jen-
it the dude
Peter
from
Thiel?
Peter Thiel, yeah. That like
Oh no! Other
think
holders,
so.
other holders of Nvidia stock has.
no, I
has
think he's
sold
right.
down.
I
there was
thought-
somebody
I thought
earlier
there
this
was-
week that like dumped a shitload of like all that stuff.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying Nvidia itself as a company didn't liquidate its own stock. Some holders that were large holders of billions of dollars of Nvidia stock dumped their stock, but that's not Nvidia dumping its own
Yeah,
stock.
no,
That's
get
all I'm
that,
saying.
Yeah, he
but
just
it's
thought
like,
that-
I'm talking about it. It's like, but it was like one of the like major.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
initial
no.
investors
One of the head
in,
No, a
people
couple.
behind it.
No, like there's been a couple, but
it's a name that I know that like I don't. It's like
It's,
is
uh,
it Peter Thiel.
No, it's
my phone's
no. I
almost dead.
think
Let me
they
see
weren't
it.
the only
Let me see
one.
your-
There was like in the last month, there's been a couple because one of them
No, I
they
get
made
his-
fun.
I get
he
his
was
point.
talking in the same interview to a company that and it was like Microsoft and these other companies dumped like billions of of selling their stuff, but it's misleading to just know that information without context of everything that's occurring in the ecosystem of AI right now, because all these companies are literally getting in
Just
bed with each
passing
other.
money. They're just
No, but
passing
they're
money
literally,
around to each
they're
other.
building an infrastructure of everything to where these big companies, because Microsoft and OpenAI still have an agreement, and it's very like certain things and information Microsoft gets. At the same time, Microsoft is doing stuff with Grok and like all these other people in Anthropic, and Nvidia is selling things to all of them. They're selling the GPUs that are powering basically all of AI. Outside of Google has some of their own custom silicon, but even them they're using Nvidia. So it's like they're dumping money, but
everybody's
it's
using
not.
NVIDIA?
There's like dumping it to each other, and they're
That's what I
literally
was going
all
to say.
getting
It's
in
all
bed
just
with each other.
I was going to say
Because-
they're all just sending money around to each other. I've seen like
Well, it's
graphs.
like
I've seen
BlackRock.
graphs where it's
Yeah.
just like it's all just the same companies
Well, it's because
distributing
what
the same.
They realize the fact of what AI is literally they're just building out the infrastructure. Because that's really how it is. It's literally building out an infrastructure to where there can't be easily a single leader, because the GPUs that are needed for all this stuff, literally, like that's the bottleneck is energy, right? So it's like, okay, well, Nvidia, and they're not just if they can make money on everybody, but then they also have all this compute needs and energy needs. It's just it's interesting. It's a really weird, wild time.
Buy copper. Buy copper. That's
Buy
what I was
copper.
saying. Did you know that copper recently got added to the that and silver got added to the critical metals list?
Oh, tell me more about this critical metals list.
I just know that it's the first time it's happened.
I don't
didn't
know. I've
even
never heard of it. Like,
I
what kind of
didn't know
metals are
either.
on there?
Check it out. I didn't know. Honestly, I'd be learning as well. I didn't know the critical metals
Critical
list
metals.
exists. I didn't know that. I just recently found out when they said, "Hey, we're putting copper on the critical metals list," and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And I just thought,
Comprehensive list of critical metals varies by country and is subject to change, but often includes elements like lithium and cobalt, rare earth elements, nickel, copper, and others deemed essential for modern technology and national security.
so copper
While
just
while
got.
facing supply chain vulnerabilities, key examples would be. But yeah,
That's
so there you
key.
go.
That's the key part. You said supply chain vulnerabilities.
yes,
everything. I was like, I was spending a good amount of time using ChatGPT to help me project in an idea and get an understanding of why silver increased,
Yeah.
and if the same could happen with copper and why. And they both had the very similar thing with them. And it's like number one, like I had said, I think I've said before, copper or. I didn't know this. Silver is a byproduct of copper and gold mining.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
when they're technically they mine for copper and gold.
you don't
and
mine for silver,
They don't mine. No, but they
just
find
get
it.
when they mine for other
You're
stuff.
finding it, and so that's another reason silver's gone up is because it's a byproduct of mining for these other metals. The reason that copper could increase is because the current mines they have plus physical supply and And nothing ever happened. So as I was saying, the reason that copper could go up is because of the active mine supply demand right now. The physical supply could potentially not meet the demand of what because that's, analytics and stuff they can project and understand. It's like, oh, okay, this is how much.
Is that you?
I think it's my phone doing this because it's hooked up to you. It's because it's your thing. Like that's this thing doing it, not
That
my
thing
phone.
never. I mean, hello,
Yeah, it's that.
Alexa, stop.
It's doing it because of my phone, though. I think because my phone was like reacting when it did that.
They might be
Hang on.
friends.
I don't know why it's like.
Is it charging?
No, it's saying like 4%, but it's not.
But I mean, does it show that it's like Okay, see the little light kicks on. You can tell, so it should be.
There it goes.
Yeah. See the little blue light?
Yeah. Now it's doing it.
That's how you know, buddy. Gotta look for that little blue light there.
Now it stopped though.
I want to think that it
It'll
should
cut
still be
off
doing
after a
it.
second.
Yeah.
All
find
right.
that
So
noise.
Yeah,
spot.
they can project how much they think is
Stephanie.
going to be in there. but-
Stephanie?
yeah,
Oh, so that was her trying to call.
maybe. Hello. Yes. Oh, where? Which one? The side room?
What happened?
What is it? What is she saying?
You locked her in the room, she said.
Oh!
Okay, he's coming. No, it's okay. No, he didn't know that we didn't realize what was going on. It was the Alexa in the room started ringing, not his phone. She's like, Mikey, I'm locked in the room.
Is that a bug?
Yeah, it's all big ass moth. Yeah, you might need to take that thing outside. It's gonna start smoking. Oh, sorry.
Is the thing going crazy?
It had its moth on it, and Brian was.
So I locked my wife in the room. And
I got it now. Yeah, no, yeah.
And I had to talk to
it's
the
like his
Alexa
phone
on
wasn't.
the other side.
Yeah.
The timing of it, he thought his phone was somehow doing it.
It was
What
weird.
the hell?
Okay.
Well, it was probably the
No.
Well, we're still. We've been recording all that.
You got
course
lucky.
we are.
That's why I almost told him, well, just unplug the Alexa then. Because he just put his phone
I'm like-
in the thing here, and he thought it was like, we thought it was the charger or
Yeah.
whatever, like the charging thing that was doing it.
Oh, well, because I tried calling the Alexa.
No, I heard it the first time, and I told her to stop because she was yapping at me, and I didn't want to be hearing the Alexa.
We thought we did something.
And you didn't answer.
And I looked at my phone. You
That's
didn't. It didn't
funny.
show that you
It
called
was
me.
Alexa.
She called
That's
Mikey.
what I was saying. No, the
I know.
Alexa. Yes.
I called you.
You call- yes.
You didn't answer. So then I
Alexa
called-
knows I won't answer.
and I called through the Echo.
You know they upgraded her voice.
That's hilarious.
Work.
And then
And
yeah,
then I
that's why you
thought,
called
well,
me.
Maybe Mikey will answer the phone.
That's funny. Yeah,
He should be
no,
your emergency contact.
That's
Work, because
hilarious.
I've never tried calling anyone else other than him. So.
That's
Have
funny.
you heard the Alexa update?
Screaming, call Mikey.
She's a little more spunky. No, she is. They finally upgraded their AI.
That
It's
would
more
suck.
like
Yeah, you're
legit
just stuck.
conversational.
Well, at least
like
you
you can
had
just
that.
talk to it about bullshit.
He's like, okay. I'm like trying to be very quiet.
Well, that makes sense why you were
tried
yelling
to get her
because
to
I
talk
was
about
like,
dirty
she's
stuff.
yelling.
That's
I was like, Stephanie typically doesn't yell.
She wasn't having it.
I was like, Stephanie typically doesn't yell, but it made sense why she's like, hey.
Well, because I didn't know how well you could hear me.
Okay, that's funny.
I'm projecting on this other door.
Yeah, no, Mikey saved your life.
You saved my life.
I did.
Thank you.
She was
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
resort to just eating the cyanide pill after 5
Stop,
minutes.
Lily. Tato, stop eating. All right.
Uh-oh.
So-
You
hey,
just
no,
let Lily out.
grab Lily.
You gotta
Grab
get her.
Lily.
You got to grab that one.
Yeah, because she's got her diaper.
Here, lock her out again.
Shit her pants.
Yeah, she
Are we good? Okay. No, I was trying to tighten that little thing up, so I was twisting it around.
Tighten
Yeah, I
it.
think.
Tighten that little thing on
Are
up.
we still recording?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think what, like Mikey was saying, is like the they have projections of what they think
Yeah.
they're going to be able to get out of the ground, but obviously, like, until they get in there and see,
They're just
that
projecting.
it's like, yeah, it's, oh, this one, this could have more in it than, whatever, like in the next
The
25
projections
years,
are
the sea levels are
estimations
gonna
in
rise,
themselves. I mean, they're like
and New York's going to be underwater, and
exactly.
here we are
Mandami's
30 years later, and
Mandami's
we're
going to
not-
have everyone taken care of.
Yeah, well, no, that's
Potato.
that's a whole other thing. He's like, you can just say yes. Just say yes. It's easier that way. Have you seen that video?
No, but he was
Oh
describing it.
man, it's hilarious.
They think they're gonna say something that like makes him awkward. And Mike Trump's just like, no,
Yeah.
just go and tell him you did it.
No, yeah, because they totally tried to ask. So for those that don't know, we're just filibustering right now. Zoran Mondani, I guess, visited the White House this week.
Yeah, no,
He's
we're
the
filibustering,
newly
and
elected-
it's a time to filibuster.
yeah. And coincidentally, that actually could have ended the shutdown if the Republicans had decided to do away with the filibuster.
Yep.
But it's something that
We had to
people
let her
always
go.
threaten to do.
Let her go to the bathroom. Had to.
Oh.
All right, are we?
Yeah, no, we're still rolling, buddy.
Is it still going?
Of course,
Still
dude.
talking? Heck yeah.
We don't have time to stop.
Yeah. So as I was saying, sorry.
I kind of
No, you don't have to say another word. Chris covered you.
I was saying that they like what you said.
This is
they're gonna have to
silver.
They can
in the
project
ground.
how much they think, but until they
Yeah.
get in the ground and see, like, hey, there's actually this much, then it's
One,
just
one, two. They can project. They can project about the amount of which we consume. So they can say, okay, on a yearly basis, whatever we're using this much
But if
copper.
consumption goes
But
up, then
well, not just that. It's with the current production and seeing what production's doing. Like the Shanghai futures and stuff like that was lower, like and stuff versus what it had been, and so they're able to tell that, like, okay, at the rate we're currently producing copper and at the rate we're using it, we're kind of running. It's looking like there could be a little bit of a scarcity
demand.
because
There'd be a higher demand for it.
and because too, the only last point I was going to make is that to open up, even if they know where it's at and they want to open up a new mine, it takes years to get a mine approved. So it's not like,
just all the regulations.
yeah,
and stuff
it takes
like
a
that.
long time to
Yeah.
get a mine approved. So it's like
Well,
the
and
ones that
that's
we currently
interesting.
have and future demand, it's like,
That's part
all
of
that
why-
together can cause that to happen.
Well, and that's part of why, like, China tends to be on the
They're the
leading edge of stuff
biggest.
like that because because
the
of the way
biggest
their
consumer.
government is. Well, and two, where it's like
They don't
they
hold
don't deal
themselves
with
back
the,
with regulations.
They don't
and
deal
stuff.
with the regulation. They don't
Yeah.
deal with anything else, and that's one of the things. It's like I understand there's definitely like there's a certain level of like regulation that needs to be there.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
you don't
definitely.
want to,
But it's like in the UK, I know to get like certain development projects
it's a
going to the UK,
Oh yeah.
it will
Well-
take just like that Wrexham. If you ever watched any of it, Welcome Wrexham. This
Mm-hmm.
like the time to get simple permits and all these things to
Well,
just do
that's-
so much. It's
that's
like it's
like-
ridiculous. It's
well,
an
that's-
extreme over there.
the like oil refineries and shit. Like I don't think an oil refiner. I don't think
Oh,
we
fine.
built a new oil refinery in the state of Texas since like the 70s or something like that.
I really don't know.
If I could be wrong.
I'm not a
like,
landman.
but there is.
starring Billy Bob Thornton and
But it's one of those things that
Jerry Jones.
because of the regulation and stuff, they've made it cost prohibitive.
Yeah.
and so it's like you
Yeah, but-
outsource it. What's up?
but the regulation is also always the implication.
That is true.
That's only when you're at speculation station, assuming the position upon
I'm
the
just
wall of
saying,
assumption, and
that's
that's where
the
we are pulling
implication.
out of. That's where we just pulled
we
out
can't
of.
know everything. We
People
can't
thought
tell
we
you what
were-
the price
they
of
didn't
copper is
know
going to be a
where we
month
were.
from now, but I can tell you what it's not going to be. What it is right this second.
So I am a little bit late on it, but
Yeah, I tried to trigger you earlier.
32 degrees is the weather.
Whenever I said
in
talking about how
in
they
Holland.
feel. There we go.
North Holland, it's 32 degrees, so it is cold. Feels like 14. Shit.
And you know-
32 feels like
in
14
Holland?
in North Holland.
Well, that's still be all right, you know why? Because
Grootreichenige. That means
that.
means
we had a
drinking
Holland
travelers.
of our own who pitched a hell of an inning in the World
They
Series
call
back
that
in the day.
NoHo, actually. North
So-
Holland.
NoHo, yeah, that is it.
It is
NoHo.
NoHo.
Nope.
No.
This thing keeps like
locals.
losing connection, so I'm gonna have to keep it on here.
I'm
while
not
I
saying
use
it's the
it.
best. I don't know if it's the cord.
and
Do you
I'm
think a
getting-
different cord would help?
I don't know. It's.
Why you come over here? Which
I don't want
why
to
you
hear
come
it.
over here like this,
I don't
Mikey?
want to hear it.
We've
with my,
had
with my
we've
dead-ass
talked
phone.
about this type of person, the type of person who would put themselves in a scenario where their phone's has the
Yeah,
potential
it's
of dying.
happened to you, has it not?
When?
When you were trying to leave my house after
The one time.
Okay.
That
You
was
said
the,
when.
That was that
You
day
didn't
was
say
an
how many.
exception.
You didn't
That
say
was
when.
an exceptional day,
You
Mikey.
didn't say when.
That was an
Extenuating
exceptional day.
circumstances. The
Really,
day-
it doesn't
what
even
was it?
count as a
It's like
day. It's
Lemony-
so different than all the
It's like
others.
a Lemony Snicket book. The day of the
It's
day
so
of
different than all the other
extenuating-
days of my
The
life.
day of extenuating circumstances.
Exactly.
The series of unfortunate events.
No Patrick Harris over here.
Who? Doogie Howser? Where?
Right there. Lemony Snicks.
Oh yeah. Was he in that?
The one that was on Netflix.
Oh, see, that's why I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Because he was
Homosexual.
Asian. He played Asian.
what
He
the
was an
fuck?
Asian in that, wasn't
I mean, if that somehow makes sense to you, then I'll ride that train. Neil Patrick Harris played an Asian.
he? In a Netflix show.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna go. We're gonna move
Talking
along to
about
the.
forced diversity. of
We're gonna
Netflix.
move along to the movies from 1985.
1985. You know what? It was. I kind of mentioned this briefly that we haven't done a back to back in a while. You know, I'll be darned. I could have used some more time to watch some more of these movies, because we knocked out like 83, 84, 86. I feel like those are all kind of like we've done most of the like a bunch of the other 80s. I think
No, you're right.
to where I don't. It was just like getting 85, but man, that's just freaking. I have to look at the other years because I know there's some amazing ones, but the number of movies across the board of different genres and categories, I feel like it might be the strongest.
Yeah,
It might be the most powerful 80s
Like
year.
the- yeah.
80s, yes, most powerful
80s
80s year.
80s year.
And so yeah, to paint a little bit of a picture for you for the year of 1985, your president was none other than Ronald Reagan.
The actor.
Ronald
Gipper.
It
Reagan.
makes sense that it would be.
And the most wanted man at the time in the United
Pablo
States
Escobar.
was
John Hinckley Jr.
Richard Ramirez.
Oh, the Night
Yes,
Stalker.
the strangler.
And then
The
number
stalker.
2 was Carmine Jr. Pescaro.
Persico.
Persico.
Carmine
Persico.
Persico.
Carmine
He's one of
Persico.
the,
Oh, Persky.
He was a mob boss of the Colombo
Yeah, the Colombo crime family.
Colombo
Class I.
crime family.
Peter Falk.
Hey, that was 1985, and Ronald Reagan kicked in the doors of his villa.
And he said, let's
I'm
get
just
some
kidding.
Star Wars in space.
But yes, just to set the tone for
Is-
you guys,
yeah.
Richard Ramirez was stalking people through the night, and he
What
was
happened
the
when
most
we
wanted
found
man. They beat the shit out of him.
Is that how they killed him?
No, they didn't kill Richard Ramirez.
No,
They
but how
caught
did
him.
Richard Ramirez kill people?
Oh, he like got in their home, and
I mean, did he
it was-
just kill him, strangle him?
No,
Did he shoot
there was
him?
a bit of grape involved, I believe, in some of the
Yeah?
cases. Yeah.
Oh,
I never
Some of
heard
the
that.
Yeah,
cases,
'cause it- wasn't it
there were like
like
older
old
women.
women? Yeah.
Like one of his first one was like an older woman.
Really? I did not know
like
that much about him.
70s,
Yeah.
like 60 something, late 60s.
So Night Stalker,
70s.
he was a night rapist murderer.
Grapist. You know. So,
Night rapiste, the murderer.
yeah. So there was some of that involved, but it was
Did
he'd
you just say that in
stab him,
French?
strangle, bludgeon, any kind of way, I guess.
Bludgeon. Dude,
But when he got
that's
caught,
why I should show
he got
that
caught. He got like
graphic bludgeoning
recognized. He
showing.
got recognized in a neighborhood. A bunch of the essays recognized him and tuned.
They
his
say, hey,
ass up.
Ricky!
Oh, they whooped his ass because they had pictures out of like, hey, this is what he. They found that guy through because I watched the little Netflix documentary or TV show about it, whatever. And they found him because of like his tennis shoe. And
Ricky
apparently
Ramirez?
that tennis shoe was only sold at one
To
store.
rapists.
It was only sold at one store in L.A. Like they were sold all over. Like it was something weird about it. It's like that
Yeah.
shoe had just dropped.
Man, that detective must have felt so proud of himself.
Right.
Yeah, it's like they ended up finding him through that though, because they had no leads, and then
Yeah.
I think they ended up getting a shoe print, and they start finding out that it was like, okay, well, fuck, how do we find this? And then they realize, oh, well, during this time and month, it was like these shoes didn't drop all over the United
Yeah.
States until this date. So
Yeah.
he got them. He had them for like, but there was only one store that dropped them them like
So it
a
had to
month
be
or
like
a
in
week.
that within a certain range of that store.
Yes,
Yeah.
or within a certain range. They knew the story got it from is the point.
Yeah.
because
How
the
many
point I'm
miles from
trying to
there that
make-
he's likely to be around?
Well, and the point I'm trying to make is that again, they didn't drop them to the rest of the United States until like a month later, and the murders that had happened where the footprint was found was like a month prior to when they dropped totally. It was like, but other
Yeah.
than that, they were like at a one shoe store,
Yeah.
and there was only like two sizes or like a couple of sizes, and or like one or some shit, and he
He
bought
shouldn't
that
have
one
had
size,
had a desire for shoe that was so rare.
right? And that's the thing. I
Or
don't know
he
if
just like
intentionally-
happened to buy the one
That's
shoe
what
that
I'm
just
saying.
happened to come out. Really,
That's
yeah.
I can't remember if that's what it is. It might have been so.
I wonder what the shoes look like.
They were like some black. They were like black.
Maybe we should do a
like
Ricky
almost like
Ramirez
Black
re-release.
Forces type of thing or something.
Yeah, we can make money on that.
That's crazy.
The
Ricky Ramirez.
Yeah, get your Night Stalkers.
Night Stalker 7s.
Dude, that
That sounds like a pair of
does
Jordans.
sound pretty badass. Hey, guys, I'm gonna go out in our Night Stalkers.
So movies from 1985. Again, we've set the tone. You kind of know there was bad things happening, and Reagan was president, right? So just a noteworthy movie. You could bring up what were the top grossing movies for that year, and we could before I get into it. But one movie that came out that year is
Avatar.
The Goonies.
Hey, you guys.
Hey, you guys. Which isn't necessarily one I'm recommending, just because I know so many people who've already probably seen The Goonies.
And
But
actually, fun fact about the Goonies,
yeah,
that was the tallest Josh Brolin has ever been.
that
right,
is
he hit his
true.
peak.
He's gotten a little bit smaller.
Right when he hit his growth
That's
spurt.
right. So yeah, number one, Back to the Future, 210.6
The
million.
first one was 85. That's crazy.
Yeah, number two, Rambo: First Blood Part 2.
Second Blood.
And Rocky 4. So freaking Sly Stallone had two of the top three. Color Purple.
That was
Came in
a
at
little
fourth,
bit of-
94
little bit of
million.
Oprah and what? Danny Glover.
Yep, Oprah, Danny Glover.
I was gonna say one you should
Look
see.
at that. Goonies made the top 10.
One of the
There's nine.
recommendations I was gonna throw out is another Danny Glover from that year, Silverado. If you haven't seen it,
Silverado.
came out in 1985. That's a good watch. One that I thought might be interesting to show. You know what? We'll do that in a second. I do want to show a trailer for this one, Matt. If you want me
Yeah.
to do it, or you can.
I got it.
Morons from Outer Space, or Morons from Space.
So it's, what led you to the knowledge of this one?
Tubi.
What?
Tubi.
Continued.
Yep, Morons from Outer Space trailer. There you go. And I found it to be quite enjoyable. I think you would love it. Yeah, I think
dude,
if you liked
dude,
Monty Python
sounded-
and stuff, if you liked Idiocracy,
When them extraterritorial, what's it?
Extraterrestrial being.
Yeah, when they come, they'll probably come in secret, won't they?
Undoubtedly.
That's the. I mean, that was a prop. That was like a
Practical effect.
legit.
Well, you
Yeah,
gotta have a very
that was a legit
advanced
practical
spacecraft.
effect.
It'll have all the bits on it.
I feel like I recognize the dude on the right.
So it can come down very softly, you know, like sort of.
And then all the door open.
That's right.
Oh my God.
And obviously, the whole world will benefit from their advanced technology.
This is a good trailer.
To meet some of the great minds from our planet.
What all the brainy people like.
I come in peace. Will you speak with me? Yep, no, I understand.
You have come to our planet from another planet?
No, we come from our own planet, not another one.
And will they be, sort of, intelligent, I suppose? Well, this is the thing, you see. They'll have to be intelligent, won't they? I mean, to have come here in the first place.
They've started playing with the chess set.
Oh, this is a development.
Very interesting.
It's going to change the fabric of society as we know it, in many subtle and mysterious ways.
Your time has come, you smug. The aliens are here. We're all going to die.
Drive on.
It's down the...
Excuse me.
And of course they'll be greeted with and treated with kid gloves.
Come on, show us your tentacles.
Somebody give me an okay on immediate surgery. Somebody find the doctor. We got a sick man here.
They'll be like gods, aren't they?
They will come down, as you say, Derek, like gods.
Yeah, they
I
get
wonder
famous.
how, man. So this is probably like popular in Britain. I wonder like if it was just like a random movie, British movie that people from like knew about or something. I mean, it seems like just legit production and everything.
Oh, it is. It is, yeah. But it's, again, I was surprised too, because I'm like, how did I never hear this? Like,
Yeah.
I thought, again, it was very Monty Python.
So maybe Monty Python, like maybe there's so much less Monty Python or something.
Because they mentioned Spaceballs too. Because there was like, and they were like, no, space, keep the Spaceballs, something in outer space. Like,
That's funny.
so yeah, you
good
should.
stuff.
Yeah, Morons from Outer Space, 1985. It's a good movie. I don't know who directed. I'd be curious. To
Yeah,
kinda
dude,
know.
I didn't catch in the trailer.
No,
So, yeah, it's probably-
but just because, like I said, it kind of is. It gives you that vibe. Another one that I want to watch the trailer for, just because to see if it. I'm not saying you should watch it again. This is one I told Matt about. It didn't make sense to me, and I'm curious. Like I need to look into the movie more because I'm genuinely curious to know now. But the movie Chillers, I believe, by Wes Craven.
Okay.
Chiller, yeah. Yes, it was unbearably. It was very shittily. It was like, that's it. Okay, yeah. Get a better trailer, I guess, maybe. Or
Review.
no.
It looks like they're all just really short.
Just go to play one of them. Then don't play the
trailer right there. Was that?
I think
no,
this
what
up
it said
here.
right
Yeah.
there. Like the fourth hit
with the woman.
right there.
No,
Oh, no.
That's not it. Yeah.
Never
No.
mind.
Yeah.
It was a TV movie.
Yeah. So watch I guess just watch that, and then maybe we could just start watching the trailer or the other movie.
Just watch the movie.
Oh my God, what a mistake turns miracle brought him back to life.
They're going to give my son back.
But it was crazy to me, just like most things. It's like they're either sharper or something, but it's almost just the way that they was filmed. It's like he filmed it.
It was a TV.
It was a
movie. That's
made-for-TV
why.
movie.
It was a made-for-TV movie. That's
Like it was literally
why.
like a freaking dude. It's like not a cinematic release. It's almost like this was before he had cinematic release.
That's what I'm saying. It was interesting. So like, yeah. So
I
like,
don't
go to
know
the
about Wes
go
Craven
back.
stuff.
No,
it was
'cause
just
that's probably why. Because I can remember. I mean,
I guess the thing
like,
that was
I
just
remember
surprising
back
to
then-
me though is that it was like
that quality.
right? Because
Well,
it's like
because-
it made sense to me watching movies back then and them looking like that, but to see a modern or to see it like,
But
on a
also, like,
streaming-
that was like a CRT
that's the
TV
point.
capture.
Yeah,
of it, too.
that's kind of the point. Was like back then when you would watch a movie. Like obviously, if you go back now and you watch a movie, it's like they all kind of look. It's like, oh, it looks old, whatever. But I can remember living, in that time, whatever. And it was like you would watch a movie, like a movie theater movie, like in the theater or rent it or whatever, or even see it on TV for whatever reason. But it's like a different quality than the made for TV stuff would be. That it's like, even though it's from that same
again,
time period,
I'm just
it's
curious
like it
to
even
know.
looked
It's like, what was it shot in? Like that's what I'm curious to know because
the
like
actual the
of,
medium
of
they
Wes
used.
Craven. Yeah, just because like I said, it's like it all just looked so.
Yeah, it looks
I just
like
feel like
it looks
if
like
you
80s
watched like
TV
clips from
movies.
80s TV shows,
Yeah,
that
it's
it
like-
would look more like that.
It looks exactly like an 80s made for TV movie.
I just feel like if
is
it just
what
went
I
an
think
80s
it
show
was.
or just an 80s action anything. I just
But
feel
it's like
it
I
looks-
watched, for instance, today, Allie and I were watching Baywatch on here or whatever
Yeah.
on Tubi, and Baywatch looked clearer. Is my kind of point.
Well,
It's
that
Baywatch
came out
would have
later.
been like
The
mid-90s.
resolution
89.
was
probably like
89 is when Baywatch the first season came
And that
out.
also like looked like somebody recorded a VHS on like a.
That's what I'm
But I think
saying.
he's
That's
saying
what
like
that's
if you
go
played
down.
the
Go down to
beginning
the
of
play of the
movie.
movie. Go down. Yeah, it's like
Just
play the
it's
down
like 4 hits down
down
after that one.
right there. So just start like skip in a little bit. And this is literally how it looks on Tubi. Like it's not like I understand that.
Yeah, this is made for TV. That's why I was like that.
It's just crazy. So much. It's like to me, it was just sort of interesting. It looked like a VHS. It was but it was on Tubi. So I'm like, dang, this is crazy. Like, what's different about this movie? To where it has all of this shit going on.
You see, even like the official copy of this is a crappy quality.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what was it?
I think there exists a better quality. I just feel like
maybe I don't know.
Like they got to transfer on this old movie because
he watched it on
you even see the artifacts.
He didn't watch it. He didn't watch it on YouTube.
No, I watched this on Tubi. So that's what I'm saying.
But you're saying it looks like this on Tubi.
Yes,
that's what I'm saying. So this is the same as Tubi's.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, whatever the actual official digital copy of this, it's almost like they didn't transfer over the best version of it, almost.
Maybe, yeah.
Because
I guess that could make sense. That could make sense.
It doesn't look like anything with the way it's shot. It looks like the transfer of this.
Okay, so that makes sense, and that's kind of what I'm wondering is that it was like, was this done this way or
blurred, like it just feels like it was a crappy transfer.
Okay, see, I wouldn't again.
So on VHS too, you had like so right now when it's doing this shit, I'd be hitting the fucking tracking button. Remember when it would do that when it would start doing the fuzz?
I'm just saying, like the original broadcast airing of this wouldn't have been a tape. It would have been some official airing.
Yeah,
and that's what blew. That's what tripped me out. Let's rip this and put it on.
And that's what tripped me out is because it was like. Because I'm sitting there watching it, used to movies from the 80s and everything looking a certain way, and then I'm watching that and I'm like, yo, this looks like a what did he record it on?
That's actually like a perfect example of it. I think that's what reminds me of like the 80s like TV show movies.
Where it's fog.
The blown out like white light. Like the white light that comes in, how it's like all like blown out and really like artificial,
it's like the contrast.
You can't even see out.
Like a set. Like it's real blown out like set lighting or something, not so much like an on location would be for like a film and
let's
stuff.
just move on to the next one. Enough about chiller. Enough about this chilling.
Yep. I'm just gonna chill on chillers.
Exactly.
Or chiller.
Mikey.
Chillers.
Mikey doesn't suggest
Chillers
it,
was actually the second movie in the series. There was
Chiller,
Chillers, and then Chiller 3.
Chiller 3.
This one we should play. We should play one for because why not?
For the play ones.
Pale Rider.
Dude, I'm glad you mentioned this one. I was going to show this one.
So
we just do some back-to-back Clint.
Back-to-back Eastwoods.
That's right.
Which, I mean, you can't get enough of it.
You really can't. See, and this is a movie trailer from an actual movie trailer from 1985.
Yes. Yeah.
Warner Brothers will be proud to bring you the next great American Western. Clint Eastwood, Pale Rider.
That probably could look a little better.
They came out of the mountains to live a small mining village.
This also looks like something rough, too.
Well,
because you can tell from the image that it was like it's a higher resolution.
But you can tell that it's a fucking...
Yeah, you can tell these guys on a movie set.
These are live location.
Yeah.
Like,
those are live rounds.
Yeah.
You can tell by that's not a fake death.
But you can tell because they just showed Alec Baldwin.
They did.
Pow! Cut!
It didn't really tell you what it's about, though, does it? The trailer.
It's about a pale rider.
It's really all you know.
Some called him preacher. Others called him gunfighter. Clint Eastwood.
Michael, that was a pretty bad trailer.
It wasn't good. It was not good.
Like,
but you should
I like Clint Eastwood, and you normally have a loose idea of what the plot is going into.
It's good to work.
That's why I think it is.
Based off of that trailer,
you would not watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Damn, Clint. Well, did you do a made-for-TV Western?
Okay, I've got like just a couple more. You don't have to play one for this.
No,
next
don't
one.
rush it. Like this is where we spend most of our time.
Okay. If you want to, it's up to you. You don't have to. But Day of the Dead, I think you should see.
Yeah,
that.
no, I
It's a
thought
good
it was an
movie.
important one for this year.
Day of the Dead.
Yeah,
yeah.
A Romero
that was a sequel.
Yep. It's a really good one. Again, being a horror movie person, I'm a big fan of Day of the Dead.
And, you know, and I just want to get this in before I forget. It didn't come out this year, but you should watch Tenet.
Tenet. There you go. Hey, I love it.
That's actually
I hate when mouses
just
do
like
that.
Race Car and Taco Cat. Spelled the
Actually, I've been
same
watching
backwards
Trent.
and
I've been
forwards.
listening to Tenet detailed breakdowns
Really?
recently. Yeah, that's what I do for fun sometimes. It's good. No, but everyone really should watch it if you haven't watched it at least 3 times.
this
watch
is
it.
Night of the
most
Living
frightening film ever made.
Is that what?
Oh, no, that's Day of the Dead. Yeah, that's
Supposed to be Day of the
okay.
Dead.
He took his
Oh, okay, yeah, never
vision
mind.
of
I'm
terror
tripping.
one
Yeah.
step further.
No, you're right, though, yeah.
Now,
You got the
George
right
A.
one,
Romero takes us out of the night, beyond the
they're just-
dawn, and into the darkest day of horror the world has ever known. Day of the Dead.
I do kind of something interesting of like whenever zombies actually first came out the first time. You know, being what that was like, but you know, it's like
They'll come looking for us.
because it wasn't so long ago before us. It was like you know, just a decade and a half or two before us.
Same way we were tricked into it on the promise of some reward to come.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
That's a F-bomb in a trailer.
It's a red band.
Fucking
Shout out to that M65 field jacket too.
It's a badass jacket.
There's that graphic sex scene in the trailer too.
Do what we want.
Is
I don't want to do
great
anything
pornography.
I never saw this. And did y'all, has anyone seen this one?
Yeah.
I saw the
Well, the remake, you talking about Zack Snyder? That was Dawn of the Dead.
remake. No, but they made a remake of
Of
that.
Day of the Dead too?
Day of the Dead, there's a remake in 08.
Run, you fucking lunatic.
Do you know who directed that?
I think
George A. Romero's Day of the Dead, the most eagerly awaited day in horror
have to look up
film
who that was.
history.
Yeah, go back and you'll be able to see.
yeah, because I thought it.
Just
yeah, I
go
thought
back and
said, like,
it said, yeah, it showed the other one when you typed in Day of the Dead. No, exit the trailer. And now go back.
Just
from
back
here.
to the previous screen.
Yeah, previous screen. And now down. Or
I mean, it had to be George A. Romero.
no, when you typed in Day of the Dead, just exit out at 85.
yeah,
Click
back
away
up,
85.
Take away. Yeah.
Now. Yeah,
Yeah,
right there, 08.
This is not a good remake. In fact, it's not in any way similar to the original. You have been warned. That's the caption for it.
No, I think that's a comment.
Unless you're trying to leave.
Or yeah.
Yeah.
No, okay. Well, whatever.
100. Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, it's funny. I never saw it, but yeah.
The next movie you could show, 2 more. I think 2 more. House.
House MD?
House.
So that's a spin-off. Like MASH was from MASH, so House?
Just
House.
cut his
Yes,
leg
exactly,
off.
Exactly.
It
This
was
is the
like,
early
son of a
one.
bitch, he was right.
Yeah, that's right, dude.
He was like,
He
came
likes
in,
pills.
He came in for a headache. He was like, let the bloodletting begin. Get the leeches.
George went. Oh, it's a comedy. If not, he's a big man.
This is a house where no one should live. Roger Cobb has come here alone. But no one is ever alone.
Nice.
In the
He's a kid.
house.
Leave while you can. No!
Sandy.
Horror has found a new home.
And they show a lot of the cities going to be happening in that movie.
Enter
Very condensed. George Wentz in there?
risk.
Yeah. Okay.
How did you watch that one?
You don't. Yeah. You don't have to necessarily show a trailer for it. But one that people should go watch is Cat's Eye, Stephen King. That came out. That came out this year.
You know what Cat's Eye is?
Cats in the Cradle?
Wasn't that the
Return of the Living Dead
Cat's
also
Eye,
came
the
out this year.
thing you do with the
George A.
string?
Romero, 2 movies come out in the
Yep.
same year?
Yep. it
Cat's
did
Cradle?
come out. I think you're right, Chris.
Is it called a Cat's Cradle or Cat's Eye?
Yeah, it's Cat's Cradle.
Cat's Cradle. That's what. Okay.
And
If you're not
then
doing those, don't try on the Cat's Eye. That didn't exist.
one that should be mentioned.
Ask
Get
her.
Police Academy 2. Police Academy 2 came out.
Oh, Gutenberg.
First assignment. And
the black guy that does funny sounds was something I remember.
What's
the
his name? What is his? Oh,
I don't know.
that
You know
actor's
his name?
too. It's Michael.
Lou Gossett Jr.?
Yeah.
No, he was in Enemy Mine that came out in 1985, though. He really was.
Oh, it's.
What are you looking for, Mikey?
I'm getting Michael
No, I
Clark
already know
Duncan.
it.
I'm
I'm
getting
just, like,
Michael
trying
B.
to get my shit to
Jordan.
charge.
It's I know it's obviously neither of them. What is that dude's name?
Luis Elizondo.
No, it's Paco Smackins. Now you gotta Google it, bro. Just noise guy at Police Academy.
Oh, that's what we call him?
Yeah, type it in, and I bet it like
Noise guy, Police Academy.
Yeah.
I got 2 more and then we're done.
Sweet.
I know you're excited.
Yeah, then you're done.
You're done.
Michael
Matthew's
Winslow.
not done. Michael
Boom.
Winslow. That's
I knew
right.
it.
Family Matters. That's
No,
how we
that was
started.
Carl Winslow. That was his father.
No,
right.
Michael Winslow was his dad. In the backstory. Carl
it
Winslow, his dad
it
was Michael.
My father's son,
Is your mother's niece.
who's my uncle's grandpa.
If you don't mind, 2 more trailers. The second to last
I don't
one I'll
mind, dude.
mention.
I don't. Yeah,
Fletch.
like I'm trying to do Fletch. Hell yeah, dude. Classic Chevy Chase. Goodness. It's all about the ball bearings. Ball bearings.
I didn't realize that was a remake.
Yeah, that trailer.
No, the movie Fletch. Didn't they? Was that a remake?
There was a movie. They
What is
done
this
like
man saying?
Not that I know.
No, I meant after they did this one.
No, there's one that has the word Fletch in there. It's got John Hamm, but it's actually not about this Fletch.
name?
My name is Igor Stravinsky.
Hi there, I'm
And it's actually pretty funny.
I'm Don Corleone.
They call him
Oh, the
Fletch.
afro. He's like, but with the afro, I'm 69.
Fletch.
He's good at defending himself,
Better tie your shoelaces.
disguising himself,
Chevy Chase was like Will Ferrell of the 80s.
Yeah.
He really was.
and getting himself into trouble.
Well, it be Fletch. Go ahead.
Teacup.
Make my day.
Hard.
He's a reporter
There are no tags on these mattresses.
who's about to write the story of a lifetime,
Will you kill me? Sure.
if he lives.
Thanks a lot.
There isn't a woman he can't charm,
Can I borrow your towel for a sec? My car just hit a water buffalo.
a question he won't ask,
You and your wife are currently alive, I take it?
Drop your shorts and bend over, Mr. Babar.
a risk he won't take.
Probably feel 100%.
Moon River. Get to the truth.
Looks like you two have a lot to talk over. We'll just catch the last 10 minutes of Dynasty.
Is that the Wolf of Bloodsport?
Universal Pictures presents Chevy Chase as Fletch.
My hero.
Welcome to it.
Gina Davis.
Gina. Yeah, I was about to say it was Gina Davis.
You know, I'm glad that's
All right, and the last one,
Oh, there's the afro in the bottom middle.
Yeah.
the last movie from 1985. One that if you haven't seen it, you absolutely have to watch it. Commando.
Oh man, yeah.
This one's I knew this
John
would be for
Matrix.
Chris.
Nice to put trailer.
Yeah, you gotta. And what's her name's like one of her first movies.
I love
Was
this
it
movie
Alyssa
pretty
Milano?
much. And the only reason I saw this movie and was allowed to watch it is because Chris paved the way for me.
Yes,
I was
he's
a
good big
child.
brother.
No,
I was a child and got to watch this because of how much Chris loved it.
And my Michael, way
No.
underage to be watching this.
I'm pretty sure I watched it when my parents rented it on VHS. So like it came out in '85, probably was on VHS in '86.
Yeah.
I was probably 3. Like it made an impact. That fucking
Yeah,
Mag 90 with the thumb hole stock.
Dan Uzaya.
They used to give those things away.
You'll do exactly as he's told.
Hasta luego, fellas.
You're a funny guy,
Sonny, that's why I
I'm
will kill
going to
you
kill you
last.
last.
Are you gonna tell me what's going on or what?
No. Don't disturb my friend. He's dead tired.
Dead tired.
Honestly, I think this is one of his best movies. It probably might. I mean, I know people love Terminator, but I mean, in Terminator, he wasn't.
Promise to kill you last.
Like he had good dialogue in this movie. He was the original Killdozer. Again, like I said, I think this is one of his best just because he actually had good dialogue. It wasn't.
Because actually, I don't think I've seen this one.
Really?
No man can
Dude,
survive.
Commando's awesome.
He's the
What's
man
that one
with the
that
job.
he's like undercover raw deal?
Arnold
True
Raw
Lies.
deal. Like I know another '80s one. It's like probably people never bring that one up. I feel like it's not a raw deal.
Oh,
Those
Raw
80s
Deal.
ones.
Raw Deal.
The,
Sorry.
No, that was the Russian where he's like Russian, I think.
undercover or something. Like
Look it up.
Hasta luego, fellas.
I mean, it's not from our movie here, but look up Raw Deal. I think that might be the one you're talking of because that's one that I don't think I've watched all of.
And I think I only watched this one. 'Cause I'm pretty sure I did this whenever we did 86.
Yeah, because this one.
Oh,
was
yeah,
like,
the
It's like the
Political
revenge one or something like he loses his family or something. No, his wife leaves him because she hates a boring life.
I never saw this.
I just remember his wife is giving him grief in the kitchen and like throws a pie against the wall she's made. She's like, "Cause I'm bored here all day" or some bullshit, dude.
I've never watched this one.
I haven't either.
I remembered it, but
All kinds of things.
Yeah, he's like goes undercover.
What the hell do you think happened?
It's like he tries to get in with the mob.
it's like so it's basically Arnold Schwarzenegger plays Gordon Gekko.
Yeah.
Gonna kill that bastard.
Do that too easy.
Dude, you just need to even watch the first few minutes just to see his wife. This like the scene where she has this cake she made all day and just like picks it up and throws it against the wall and just complains about life being like because they got moved because like he's under assignment.
That's hilarious.
So he's in some boring town now.
Because that's
Oh yeah, and they fake his death so they can go undercover. He just like did it so easily with his wife, dude. I remember that's what I remember the most.
Oh my.
well, that's kind of like how True Lies was. Remember? Because in True Lies, he was like he was like
was
a
also
spook
undercover
or whatever.
too, yeah.
And because his wife was after Bill Murray.
Because he thought his life was more exciting because he made
he
up
pretended
lies.
to be a spy or
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
That's
I
it.
had no idea
Thank
that-
you guys for participating in my 1985 movies.
That's good, man.
I'd love to hear what you got.
All right, let's see. Back to the Future. I just have to bring that one up again. Just before it's not off show trailer, but I do. And I've talked about this numerous times in my life, probably. Like at a certain age, and I felt like I was pretty young, but this, for what it's worth, I feel like is like one of those rare, perfect movies, like perfect movie experience.
Okay.
Like this from beginning to end. It's like it has the perfect momentum, energy. Like the way it starts off, it's just literally from like the first second of the movie. It just seems like every scene
delivers,
is just perfectly executed to get into the story, and you're just sucked into it. And it's like movie magic. And the soundtrack and it's like one of those rare exquisite like. And it's funny because I remember coming across some article a year or two ago. Sam Rockwell was being interviewed about something, and he brought up that he thought this was a perfect movie, and I just thought it's like, okay, he sees exactly what I'm seeing whenever I'm saying that. Like, okay, it didn't have to be your favorite movie.
What is this?
Back to the Future.
Okay, Back to the Future.
You've seen it?
Yes, I've seen it.
Yeah, it's been a long time. It's almost you go into it's like okay, just it's really just
no, it's a
world
fantastic
building.
movie.
Yeah, it really was. This next one, Brazil. I'm gonna have to show a trailer for.
You're not gonna see a Back to the Future trailer?
I guess we should, huh?
I mean,
talked it all
for
over
as much as like
it was impactful. You got to show it.
I mean, it really is one of the.
It was a groundbreaking movie.
The DeLorean, the
his character, Doc's character.
Stuff's so good. It's like
hang on,
there are no roads.
Would Rick and Morty have been a thing without this?
No, it is this. Rick and Morty's like loosely based on this.
And I actually want Marty's Hilux.
Steven Spielberg presents
Oh yeah, his truck,
his pickup truck, Toyota Hilux.
Robert Zemeckis did Forrest Gump later.
In the history of Hill Valley. Well, history is going to change. And 1985 is not his year.
That's the beginning of the movie right there.
But Dr. Brown is about to change all that.
Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Just the cat, dude.
I don't get to
Christopher
worry.
Lloyd in this movie is just like...
Oh, dude, Pete.
Like
30 years.
But this role is so iconic. Like my pines!
Now, he's trapped in the past.
It's gotta be a dream.
About to meet
Chocolate.
Chris Kringle here.
father.
He's a baby tough.
And he's making an impression on his mother.
It's an absolute dream. And he can sleep in
It's just, the story is just really like a great, interesting, funny story, you know?
That really
He's got
is.
to make his mother and
Butterfly
father fall in
effect.
love.
For crying out loud, I haven't even been born yet.
And only Dr. Brown.
And it just, probably as a kid, this movie introduced the concept of time travel to me. I mean.
Yeah.
Tell me that this sucker is nuclear? Precisely.
Michael J. Fox.
Or that things, doing things in the past can...
Why are they so heavy in the future? Is there a problem with the Earth's gravitational pull?
That's funny. Because he said heavy. Like, that was the slang at the time.
Yeah.
That's like we were watching the movie The Graduate the other night, and the one girl in there said, "That's so boss."
It's cool to hear this stuff in there.
Yeah.
Be like, man.
So they were
The
saying
origins
boss
of
in the 50s.
Nomenclature or whatever the...
Yeah. Colloquialisms and whatnot.
There you go. Colloquial.
This next one's a Terry Gilliam of Monty Python. He's one of the only American member. He like directed some movies.
Okay.
This
Is he
is a
related
Terry
to
Gilliam
Burton?
film. He did Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. He did
I
Fear
don't
and
think
Loathing.
so.
Yeah, I don't...
And he did 12 Monkeys. So a guy did 12 Monkeys, Fear and Loathing. This is one of his first movies. Has to be. It's a wild movie, man. You should definitely watch it. I remember renting this back in the day.
You should do an AI crossover of Fear and Loathing 12 Monkeys in Las Vegas.
Dude,
The
that would-
rules of
I
the
should.
game are laid down. We all have to play by them. Look at you, Sam. Whatever happened to you?
An empty desk is an efficient desk.
It's a cool movie. When I was seeing the trailer, like when you rent a VHS, I remember that's how I knew about it. It was like a preview on some other movie at some point in my youth, and it just looked so wild and crazy. Like the world building, you can just tell from the trailer. I like, and all the practical stuff. It's just like a really interesting film, you know.
Sam, what are we going to do with you?
That beer.
And Robert De Niro's in it.
You must have hopes, wishes, dreams.
No, nothing.
Jonathan Pryce. That guy's.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what I want.
That car it keeps showing him in, and he guesses what it is.
You won't
Steve
believe this.
Urkel's car
I know it's going to
from,
sound
Family
incredible, but
Matters.
I've been
Can't
dreaming
think of
about
what
you.
it's called. It's the one in the front.
I mean, I love you.
Right?
In my dreams, I love you.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking Moto Guzzi or something.
Messerschmitt.
Oh, a Messerschmitt?
Messerschmitt.
They made airplanes in
Yeah.
World War II.
I'm almost positive that's what it is.
And also, it looked like maybe there'd be boobies in it.
It was made in the 80s.
Oh, no,
so
like a
it's
little kid
PG.
seeing the trailer as a kid and thinking, oh, maybe there'd be boobies in this movie.
Oh,
too.
yeah, that's true.
It's a PG
Oh, he's
movie in
checking in your back of your
1985.
mind. This might have tits in it. This might not. That's the only reason Chris would take any interest in most of the movies I'd rent, because there might be some tits in them.
Might be some boobies in this.
Oh, it's still going? That's a long trailer. Oh, that's not this
That's
Robert
the
De Niro.
SAS. That's the embassy takedown. That, oh my God.
Those guns. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Look at that. Professor X.
That
This
was
looks
a fucking
good.
spaz.
Dude, this is a good movie, dude. Like, how's that not just interesting, right?
Yeah, no, it's super interesting. I want to see this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it tonight.
I know what I'm doing.
Dude. One of those rare ones, you really should watch
I didn't know.
this one.
yeah.
I didn't know Michael Chiklis was in this.
Yeah, Michael Chiklis is in every movie from like 85 to 89.
I just saw him grab that guy with his rock hand.
Until this all blows over. Just
Michael Palin on it too. And then the lights, just the way they do the font for the movie, dude, it's like, okay, this is
Fluorescent.
exactly. Like, this is a movie you should be watching. Should I be watching Brazil? Yes, you should. Let's see. I mean, I have to show this Life Force trailer.
Yeah, well, especially after what you just said from the previous movie.
Exactly.
It's like that movie might have boobs.
Dude, this movie actually ties directly to that whole conversation.
So when
Life
Matt
Force,
and I were kids, like our pretty much, like definitely entire summers. Like
If you're talking about going to rent movies, no, it was...
Yeah, it was... Well, I was, like, in general, but, like, definitely in the summers when, like, you weren't in school and stuff.
And we would walk
I would spend
before I was
weeks.
driving.
Well,
you
but
know,
I would
this is our
spend-
youth before driving.
But I would
anything.
spend weeks at your house.
Oh, yeah.
It was like I'd
basically,
go
like,
home,
live at my house during the
I
summer.
would go home for, 2 or 3 days here and there and would spend literal weeks at Matt's house.
I thought my parents told me he was going to live on the farm at the time.
But we would literally
Why is
walk
Papa
to the
not
video
here?
store around the corner, and
Video
the movies
update.
were...
And they had Tuesdays 2 for 99 cents.
Because we could rent like six
we could
movies
rent up to
for
6
like
movies for
$3.
$3 and keep them for a week.
But then, even then, too, where it was like they did have because we would go up there. I feel like damn near every day. I mean, there would sometimes
it
we'd
would
rent
be
those
like
6
that would
movies
just be a
and
thing
burn
to
through
do.
them. Yeah,
is just go up there because we have literally nothing
and
else
so
to do.
yeah, we would just go rent movies, and there was a dude that worked there,
Homeboy.
that- We called him Homeboy, and he was just this greasy, like
Looked like a stereotypical skinny,
movie-
greasy
yeah,
nerd with long hair that's dark
that, would have worked at a movie store
and very
in the
pale.
80s.
He literally was that stereotype.
You remember what he said to us about this better than I do.
Well,
but-
it's because I would literally always walk up and down same aisles in the sci-fi aisle every time, to where like basically we like rented pretty much every sci-fi movie there. But before we got there, we're like, I hadn't gotten to that point of seeing everything yet, but we'd still been there a lot. But Homeboy, we'd go there enough to he'd see us and be like, we were, I don't know if we're walking by Life Force, and he was like in the aisle.
I think we were. I think he had just seen that, like, because he'd probably see the shit that we would rent all the time, and so it was like. Homeboy
he had
rents
a
shitload
recommendation.
of, like, sci-fi.
He had a recommendation of the week to check out Life Force because it's got like everything that makes a good movie, like
what space vampires,
the fall of British Empire, and naked chicks or something.
Yeah,
and he was like, he was right.
He was not wrong.
He was right.
So
it was like there's a lot of the chick is basically walking around like naked the whole time. This alien chick for a while. Mathilda May, I think. I remember her name even.
So without further ado, we share with you Life Force, the official trailer.
Hopefully.
Well, maybe, if they have one.
That would be... There we go.
Oh, snap.
Is it Mathilda May? Let's see.
Look at her. Does she look like a chicken?
Oh, it's a chicken
They watched. They waited. Now their time has come. Out of the depths of space, the ultimate terror. Moving, searching, destroying. From body to body, from life to life, from man to woman, changing, growing, burning for our life force.
From man to woman, changing. Side boob.
Exactly. I need to go back and rewatch this to see if it actually was more interesting than I gave it a chance to be.
Probably what it's going to be the new
Director of
Tenet.
Poltergeist. From the special effects creator of Star Trek, the motion picture. Life Force. In the blink of an eye, the terror begins.
You gonna take this pug? Take this lily.
It's funny you mentioned something, Matt, that you it gave me a thought whenever you were talking about how the deal on the movies.
Yeah.
How many was it?
It was
2 for 99 cents, up to
okay.
6.
A limit of 6.
Yeah.
Okay, so that made me think. Today I was talking to Allie, and I was telling her about the first time I saw
potato.
I'll think of what movie it was. Oh, The Skulls. The Skulls from the 2000, the year 2000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Old boy from Dawson's Creek,
Yes,
right?
and Paul Walker.
Isn't that what you were just
Paul
talking
Walker
about,
was
I
in
think?
it.
Oh, it was like one of those guys, but not James
No, it
Vanderbeek.
was. It was. No, it was.
No,
it
James
was
Vanderbeek was
not
in it too?
Vanderbeek. The
No,
other
the
dude.
other one.
The main kid, the brunette
dark-haired
kid.
Joshua Jackson.
Yeah,
full kind of looks like art.
Yeah,
the
Joshua.
full
Yeah,
literally looks like art.
Joshua Jackson. Yeah.
So I told her the first time I saw that movie, because like it popped up, I was like, "Have you ever seen this?" It was on Tubi.
Yeah.
And she was like, "No, I've never seen it." And I was like, "Honestly, you should probably watch it." I was like, "It's a good like 2000s movie."
Yeah.
And if you're from the 2000s, I feel like you know what I mean when I say that. For
the aughts.
It's like it wasn't anything to necessarily write home about. It was very 2000y.
Yeah, I
like
never
it was
saw it.
a
I
good
remember it,
to
but I
me.
never
It was
saw
a
it.
good like after watching it again like not long ago. It's a good like time capsule.
Yeah.
For the year, like
It's
and
about George Bush.
and
Yeah,
again,
pretty
like
much.
to me, it like I still think it's a good representation of movies that came out that year, and I think it's a decent. I don't think it's amazing, but it's decent. And so I told her she should watch it. But the whole point of the story is, I said that I saw it for the first time at the Dollar Theater, and she was like,
Medallion.
She goes, "The what?"
No, in Waco.
Okay.
She was like, "The what?" And I'm like, "The Dollar Theater." She goes, "Dollar Theater," and I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "What is a Dollar Theater?" And I'm like,
Pretty
"Well, we used to." I said, "We used to have them."
Have those?
No, they didn't have them. I guess in Tennessee. She was like, "What is it?" And I'm like, "You literally like you."
Have you
like
been
it
to a
sounds."
dollar store?
No, so
One of
she was
those,
like,
but they got
well, she
movies
didn't
you watch.
understand. She was like, "Well, how does that work?" And I was like, "Well, it was old
like-
movies." I was like, "The
Yeah.
movies had been out in the theaters already.
Yeah.
Once the movies had been out for a
The
month or
Hollywood
so,
theater was like,
and they left."
Well, it was pretty much like they would put them in the Dollar Theater about the time
Right
they
at
were,
the end
coming
of your
out,
life, and they're
right as
basically
were,
about to be
coming
coming
out
on
on
tapes.
DVD.
So they weren't on
that's what I
tape
was
yet,
saying. Yeah,
but
that's
they
what I
were,
was saying. It was
not
like
the new
once
stuff.
that's what I was telling her. I was like, once they came out of the movie theaters, I was like, the movie theaters had them. The release date dropped. Big movie theaters got them. And then I'm like, after the movie theaters got rid of them and put in something new, then the Dollar Theater got it. And she was like, "Really?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she was like, "And y'all had those?" I said, "Yeah." I was like, so our family would take us to see them. Like,
No, we were robbed
we
of
would
them,
just
but
wait.
our parents did.
I was like, we would just wait.
We had 'em.
We would wait until movies. Like, I remember
Yeah, I went to
waiting when a
Medallion,
movie
dude.
would come out. I remember thinking like, okay, so another month or so, I'll get to see this
Because
because
your
we're
parents
going to
were
go
gonna
to the
take you to
Dollar
see it at the
Theater.
theater.
No, because I
Well,
mean, shit, you
there
had
was fucking
fucking
12
5
of
of us. There was 5 of us, and
No, they would go see the
was
new
6
movies,
in
and then they would
total.
take
Yeah.
out later to the Dollar Theater, and they would laugh.
Well, or it's like
I'm joking.
when you talk about
They went on
Medallion,
date night, probably.
When you talk about Medallion, it's like I remember
We saw Eraser
like,
there.
We saw Eraser there. We saw
The
I
Rock,
Spy
maybe?
there. No, I saw The Rock. Actually, I saw The Rock around the corner.
I might have
from-
just not seen The Rock till it was on at home. I think I
saw
didn't see it already.
I
You
actually
saw it in
saw The
theaters
Rock
though.
for my buddy Adam Jones in second grade. We went and saw it like I think for his birthday at the Cinemark movie theater right there by our house. We saw Toy Story at a Dollar Theater though. Me and you did.
Yeah,
when
I
we
saw
were
it
living over here.
But yeah.
I'm sorry to. I didn't mean to stop you. I wanted to bring that up. You
No,
y'all
no,
mentioned
Mikey wanted to talk about the skulls.
that, and it was important. Like I said, it was interesting
Should I pull
because
up
it's
a check
like
for the skulls now?
no, you said that about the how much those movies cost, and I'm like, oh shit, that's a great deal. And then it got me thinking, like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, the Dollar Theater. Like Allie had no idea that Dollar Theaters existed, which I
I feel like we still had one around here up till now.
Hollywood was, but I think they
Yeah.
actually tore Hollywood down.
I
Yeah,
think they did too.
I wonder.
Yeah, it's something else
It's
now.
been like 5 years already.
Yeah, actually, you know
There
what?
used to be
There
one up off of
actually-
30.
Yeah, there actually might still
on
be one down
Beltline.
there off
It's
of
like 30 in Beltline or something.
Yeah, 30 in
I like to
Beltline
think
or
there's
80 in
at least one.
Beltline.
And here's
But that's
Yeah.
the one
that
we
I'll
saw
show
Toy
you.
Story at. Like,
And here's one that I'm showing. I actually haven't. I wanted to watch it, but I didn't get to it. So I actually just want to see a trailer for it. To Live and Die in L.A.
Yep, Tupac wrote a song called "To Live."
It's supposed
and
to
Die
have
in
this
LA. It's
chase
a very
car
good
chase
song.
scene in it. That's like one of the best since I guess what it was the French Connection.
or no, the Italian Job.
No, but what I read
Yeah,
was
French
like
Well,
French
French Connection and
Connection.
Italian Job are like the
Yeah.
two, like, you know, or like Bullet. Like you talk about like chase scenes, stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Young William Dafoe.
You mean Willem?
Is Willems? Shout out Zach Williams.
Shout out, buddy.
Shout out Willems.
Wilhelm's Dafoe.
This is crazy. Like one of those examples. Like you see, I was smooth and clear. His face was not like he had. Just when people would get old, the way your face
The wrinkles.
craters.
Well, he's always
like pock.
Like he's always a very
pock. That's what his pock marks. Whatever pock
Oh,
marks
what's his
are.
name? Frickin' CSI Grisham.
Oh yeah, Peter something Peterson.
That he's in this?
Apparently,
I know what we're watching tonight.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
fucking John Turturro.
Nobody fucks with the Jesus, man.
Okay, dude. All right. Oh, Chris, you saw that grip?
Yeah.
Take notes of that grip.
We got a chance to make him on a hand-to-hand buy.
You can't come up with the front money. You're not for real.
You're not the first agents to get next to masters.
This
Look
is
at that
like,
sweater.
It looks like a solid '80s like action thriller.
Yeah. I'm gonna start dressing like these guys. This is my whole aesthetic now. Hell yeah.
That kinetic energy. This is a good trailer. I feel like it's giving you a good taste, but I hope the film.
Yeah,
is
that's a
good.
great trailer. Hey, look at that, dude. Guns,
16,
booty, money, fire, car
Subliminal
chase,
messaging. It's good.
20-inch barrel.
Mercuries,
Terry handle.
cowboy boots, denim, 18-wheeler
Man.
jackknifing on the highway.
Not just an
Dude, people would
18-wheeler,
complain
that's
about
a
this
cab
trailer like
over.
if they'd say it gives them seizures or something.
That's a cab over 18.
To live and die in L.A.
Dude, I honestly want to watch this tonight.
When's the
That's
last time you
good.
saw a cab over?
It's been a minute, dude.
Dude, I stopped getting
Outside
cabs
of the
back
one
in
I
the
have.
day, bro.
Outside of my cab over.
I stopped getting. And see, and then I won't watch that Kurosawa movie I watched. Ran. I don't need to show a trailer for it,
What
but it
about
was really
Earth?
good.
You skipped your.
The Quiet Earth.
You skipped that one.
Yeah, I mean, I could show a trailer for it.
I mean,
Well, I
it
mean,
was
if
on
anything,
your list.
I should show Ran. It's because I watched the one that's it's like a telling of King Lear, Shakespeare's, which I didn't really even know what the plot was for that. But yeah, I know it's like a late one of his. I don't know if it's definitely late in his career, if not one of his last movies. For like a lot of it, he's been making stuff since the 50s, so I guess he's like an older director in
Yeah,
his
he'd
career
be
at this point.
30
But
plus years into his career if he started in the 50s.
yeah, so this is the thing where I'd really like to get a feel. I wish I knew what it was like to be like cinema aware when this first came out, like when this was actually playing. If it was
For
like I just had to know about in other
Like to
other
experience
theaters,
the
but
groundbreaking
just how
nature
different it was than a lot of stuff. Because what it does do is
Maybe the 4K restoration or the.
Oh yeah, I guess I could do that. It's like
If
it's
it's
the grand sweeping innate scope of the way he did these battle scenes that were like not really hardly any close-ups, but you just see like a full, just like cinematic, large, wide painting of like a battle being like that, and that like in any modern movies
Like
you'll have up front, you have encounters where you see guys within like a group of each other, but not to be
But it would
so wide
literally
and long
be
and
like,
evil.
or literally like the old like Japanese paintings and stuff
Exactly.
of like battles where it would show literally like a. I didn't mean to put my hand.
No,
there.
you're fine.
Exactly. And apparently, like his use of like color throughout the film and the way I don't know, this like apparently it's really important and groundbreaking.
This reminds me of The Last
Sin City,
Samurai.
or like
Did they
Sin City.
did they copy Last Samurai?
Yeah, Tom Cruise. That
Well, he is a Scientologist. He did invent time travel. So.
oh yeah, yeah. So what's his final? Because I know he had a lot of clout to where I felt like it would have been known over here, but just being like a rare. I guess if I think about Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, that was 20 years ago. That's like the last big Asian, like kind of random Asian film to come out that people cared about, right?
Yeah.
It's actually pretty gloom and depressing.
I bet. It's a lot of certain death.
As is most of like
Life.
Asian history.
Yeah.
Like in culture, it's like
this father's got these like 3 sons, whatever, and he's talking about the way he wants to leave control to whoever whenever like he retired, stops being king, a leader.
them,
But he
like,
doesn't think it
going
like he was like had a led. I guess him as a king was like was violent and like took a lot through like brutal means. and I guess didn't think about what kind of man his son would be to leave it to him, and then just like the collapse of all them turning on each other and all this stuff, and him just losing his mind because he can't believe like what's happening. It's nuts. So yeah, Rand's a nice epic flick there, man. So yeah, I can and there's a bunch of stuff. Just want to make sure I didn't skip any, just to read off the list. I don't need to show any trailers. Let's see.
What you doing?
Back feature walk for Adler. Yeah, the Goonies, Spies Like Us.
Yeah, Spies Like Us. That was that a Chevy Chase or
was that John Candy and no? It might have been. I think Chevy Chase might have been there.
Play what's it called for it? Because I remember seeing that one on the list and thinking like, because it was a comedy.
Yeah, no, it was a comedy. I remember the VHS cover had them like in the snowstorm and like snow, like really thick outfits. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Right
Chevy
there.
Chase and is that Aykroyd?
Yeah, Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's right.
It's on. This is on Tubi right now.
It is?
Yeah.
Play the trailer.
You could start off with something
The
tense
number
and then
10.
end with something feeling good.
Yeah, no,
Number
it's
10.
dude. Like I said, man, Tubi is over the.
Like I said, dude, 80s is a crazy year, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of good
Like
ones on
across
there.
the board, it's a strong
We've got a
year.
very special assignment for you two.
This is back when network TV was making careers.
Yeah, for real.
These are legit comedies.
Well,
you know?
but the goal was get on Saturday Night Live.
Sister,
Oh, yeah.
you can all have her.
And then from Saturday Night Live, you get your name out there, and then you make the movie. You know,
And that's basically kind of the cycle that they're trying.
I mean, it was. It's like down the hall. Rogan talks about that quite a bit. Trying to take that path.
Yeah.
Honestly, you two are unbelievable.
Every minute you don't tell us why you're here, I cut off a finger. Mine or yours? Yours.
A bayonet.
Hi-yo, Silver! Away!
Chevy Chase.
This looks like a great movie.
Dan Aykroyd.
I haven't seen it, but I know I've seen the title cover for it.
You alright?
Spies Like Us.
We're Americans!
It's almost like the first Other Guys.
Yeah. John Landis directed. Yeah, dude, that's exactly.
So yeah, no, that's beautiful. Is that our movies for 1985?
I guess should be. I should
spin the wheel. I was just about to say spin that wheel,
the
buddy.
chamber.
Because typically we've been spinning the wheel a day
I've
or
been
two
forgetting,
late.
and then I just send you a text.
Yeah,
that
I know.
says 1985.
Or do you want to do back to back 85s?
Say what?
Is that
What another?
Or was 85 a good enough movie?
I mean, we could always.
No, last time was like 92, I think. Right?
We can always.
no, I
What's
was-
it called?
I was
We could always
saying-
add more than 85s into next year, into the next episode.
Like redo 85.
No, I was
Yeah,
just
he
saying.
meant-
It was like because you were talking about how many movies.
Oh,
how
like
many
to
great
actually do
movies that-
more?
Yeah, so where it was like actually there were so many movies in 85.
No, well, we've
that I
never
could
done that.
actually,
we could always just
That was
add
just
them in.
because of what you said.
If you watch more,
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm
Yeah.
not saying it's a bad idea. It's outside the box thinking.
yeah, it is.
Chris, like next episode is like, guys, have you
That's
ever?
why we pay
have you
him
ever
more.
gone 3 episodes talking about 1 year?
That'd be fucking.
It's like,
were enough,
look, you really
enough
went off
movies.
about 85 3 weeks ago.
I like it though because there was some other ones that I didn't watch that I wanted to.
or that, yeah, if you haven't, you know.
What's
Because
the-
if we get a crapper year, it'd be good to like a low one,
Right,
It might
yeah.
be good to have a backup year to watch some other
Well,
ones.
Yeah, throw in
Maybe
there.
maybe the move then
So
would
what's-
be to
spin
make
the wheel.
notes,
What is it?
make notes of the good years, and
Forget, like just like in life, you remember the good years and you forget the bad.
85, 92.
yeah, harness good, block bad. Put the quarter in, carousel goes up and down, and around.
All good things. Up, down, round, circle. All good things.
For those that don't know, that's the great.
I'm pretty sure we've had 73.
Kevin Nealon.
I think we've had
in
72.
movie
Yeah, we've
Happy
almost
Gilmore.
knocked out all 70s.
Okay, so we haven't had 71.
Nope. And we never will.
52.
I
We've
think,
had 52.
I think we've had 52. No, damn, no. So then we got 52
What?
and 85.
Okay, so Wait, we haven't done 52? Okay,
No.
yeah. So, all right. I'm looking forward to this. 1952.
1952, and we'll probably have some ones we didn't get to from 85.
1952.
There you go.
Chris will have a suggestion.
Yeah, we'll look for some more 85 movies.
Yeah, no,
or
Chris is
we'll
gonna have to
watch-
do.
I'll watch Brazil because
Watch Brazil.
I'll give a
And Chris will
update
give
on what I
opinions
thought.
on things. Chris is gonna watch Life Force again.
Life Force. That'd be. We could watch Brazil and Life Force. We could watch those two. That'd be good ones to
Watch
watch.
them with the
since
kids.
Since Homeboy recommended
Watch them with the
it.
kids.
So moving on to another subject. Recently, I had seen something in my own environment, and I was like, "What is that? That's interesting." And then it's funny how quickly things can happen, right? How you can see something in the real world, and then all of a sudden, if you're on like stuff like social media, Instagram, Twitter, whatever, then how a few days later you actually, without having ever questioned it, like physically on the phone or internet, whatever, it pops up in your feed. And so the other day I was driving along and I saw on one of my routes to my house, I had seen I had never really seen it before, or another one in the city, but I saw this thing knocked over on the side of the road, like, off to the easement where people might walk alongside people's houses. And I'm like, what is that? Like, that's crazy. It looks brand new, freshly painted, but it was knocked all the way over. And it was this it turns out today I end up seeing an Instagram video for it, and I'm like, oh shit, that's what that thing was that I saw like 3 days ago on the ground. And so it really, that was just kind of crazy to me that I hadn't asked anything, I hadn't researched, I just saw it, thought it was weird. A couple of days later, I see something in my feed about it. Either way,
It's like they're reading my mind.
There's that. But then too, it was just like, so I sent it, just to sum it up, before I talk about it further, I'll let the video I saw sum it up. Do you want to pull up our Instagram real quick and go to the messages? And it's the most recent message I sent. And then just the first one. So here's the video.
Camera. It's an automated license plate grid logging millions of vehicle passes a day. Timestamps, locations, movement patterns, basically a full motion trail on entire cities.
Knowing what any of those would be.
Recently, a judge ruled that all flock data is public record, meaning those logs, your routes, your routines, they can be requested, pulled, archived, and analyzed by basically anyone who knows the process. That's not a small privacy issue. That's mass-scale movement data basically exposed. This isn't about fear, it's about awareness. The surveillance layer around us is expanding fast, and most people don't even know it. Flock isn't just a neighborhood camera.
I gotta learn more about it.
So now you could go look up Flock and see what you could see,
Flock safety cameras. No, yeah, because I see, I
had never seen one in my area.
I've never actually noticed the camera itself, but I notice areas that I drive in, the fucking solar panel thing that's on the back of them, where it's like you'll drive past and you'll see, because it's like what you were saying when we were driving over here talking about them.
Machine learning is using AI.
Well, they don't put them on a side where it was like you would be driving into it and see it. They put it on the back side of a sign.
Yeah.
And
so they'll hide it behind like a bus stop sign or a traffic or a crosswalk sign.
But the way you'll notice it is because I've actually had the thought before driving past things like that, where it was like, why the fuck is there a solar panel on that stop sign? It was like, that stop sign doesn't light up. There's no whatever. And so there's a lot of times it's like where I'll be driving, I'll notice it on the other side, like the opposite side of the road. And you can see it's like there's like a solar panel on there, but I'm guessing now like that's pretty much what all those things are. So it's like, because
and again, it's like, dude, just it's fucking creepy. I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to understand it more. Just because the description's a little. I mean, this what. So what's in? Obviously, it just seems like obviously they're filming cars. They're filming things, right?
They're tracking traffic.
They're
the same way
traffic.
they traffic.
I'm
The
just saying,
same way they
what's it
track.
saying? The it's using AI to do something too. But I'm just wondering if they're just recording you. What's it using AI to do? That's like different.
They're probably it could potentially just be tracking knowing your patterns and what social engineering and an extent of like, okay, this person takes this route, they go here. So what would be? I think if just thinking off top, in a sense, they would look at it like, okay, well, if would this be a good location? So people that want to look into putting business locations might use their data to be able to see, okay, well, how many people use this on their regular day-to-day route or something? That could be their forward-facing. This is why we use it and stuff. It like helps you keep again.
So
right?
it's
Okay.
either fixed locations license plate readers. They're not general purpose surveillance cameras. The specialty is capturing license plates and vehicle fingerprints. Used by police.
To build a database for
HOAs, apartment complexes, small towns, businesses. The whole pitch is automatic alerts and search for vehicle history. What they capture. Every time a car passes the camera, photo of the back of the vehicle, license plate and state, vehicle characteristics, time, location, direction of travel. The system converts these into searchable database. Show me every red truck with a trailer hitch leaving the neighborhood between 2 and 4 last Tuesday. It's all automated. So why communities love them? Because they're working with the bill for stolen car recovery, hit and run investigations, Amber Alerts. But if a stolen car, just suspect vehicle or Amber Alert plate passes camera, Flock automatically pings law enforcement. Now the privacy concerns. Match location tracking. If Flock cameras are placed across the city, police can reconstruct where you drive, what time you leave work, where you visit, patterns of my daily life. It's not technically real-time GPS, but the effect can be functionally similar if cameras are dense enough. This creates a de facto location history database of everyone, not just criminals. Data retention policies. Flock claims defaults towards 30 days, but police agencies can extend retention. HOAs can share access with police. Police can download and store images permanently, and some departments integrate Flock data into regional databases. So once it's off the servers and exists anywhere, then it's out your hands. No warrant required for searches. Most departments treat Flock data like a camera placed in public, so no warrant needed. That means officers can run searches on your car, check where it's been, see patterns, check who you associate with without judicial oversight. Whether they should is a separate question. Errors, false positives. This one nobody talks about enough. Misrated plates or similar looking cars can trigger police stops, raids, vehicle pulls at gunpoint. That'd be fun. Documented cases exist. Same state, similar numbers, algorithm misreads. Is there AI messing up? Vehicle fingerprint goes beyond plates. You can change plates. You can't change scratches, dents, bumper stickers, custom wheels, roof racks, missing hubcaps. This creates a biometric-like profile for your car. Private buyers with public consequences. HOAs install cameras. Police often get logins on the access, long-range sharing. Creates private public surveillance pipeline. Future mission creep, real long concern. Well, this is all it's bad news from here on. Once the network exists, it's trivial to add live facial recognition, driver passenger identification, integration with police drones, cross-state database, predict policing. Flock claims they don't do these. Tech history tells us once the infrastructure is there, someone eventually flips the switch. I think that's the key takeaway.
It's really
so it doesn't really
convenient,
matter if Flock is doing everything on the up and up. The fact that they've built the infrastructure is going to allow someone else to buy Flock or someone else to do whatever.
And too, like the guy in that video said, a judge had deemed in like a case or something to where it's like now it's like it's all public data.
Yeah.
And like you said, to the right people that know what they're doing, you can access that data and you can see it for yourself. So companies can see it out of like who knows what other,
So is there
foreign actors,
Flock vigilante people who knock them down?
Obviously, I think because I don't know if there is that thing called. I guess I just found a video. We'll let you go, but I just through my research of seeing this today, I saw like one of the main guys,
UK, dude.
One of the main and one of the main guys for Flock was saying he's calling
he's British. Oh, come have home the states.
He's calling these people. He's calling the people against it deflockers.
Yeah. Well, and I mean,
they're
just
calling them deflockers.
The fucking name itself. What's a flock? A flock of what?
Yeah,
racist.
Sheep? No, sheep. It's a flock of sheep. Like it's like I don't know. Yeah, just
It is an interesting name.
Yeah.
Well, and the fact that
don't-
he tries to make it. The thing that I think is interesting is him trying to say it's like people deflockers, saying that as if the majority of people
to not
probably
be
would
for
rather
something makes you anti something.
Yes.
Or
Yeah.
that
that you're an
I don't
extremist.
agree with this. I'm anti that.
You're an
It's
extremist.
Like, no, I like pancakes. It doesn't mean I'm
I like
fucking
chocolate, not
anti
vanilla.
waffle.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
if I like pancakes, I'm not anti waffle. I'm not a waffle denier.
Yeah.
I'm not a waffle phobe. I prefer
Yep.
pancakes to waffles. Like,
saying that-
and
I'm not minimizing your love of waffles.
I'm not saying that that waffles are a conspiracy. I prefer a pancake to
perfect.
a waffle, and it's like.
I feel like it did a good job of answering this because it's not saying it's bad, but it's
It
like
didn't.
so
It
they're good or
didn't do a
bad.
bad
They're useful
job.
if you're solving crimes, which is saying there's a
But
good
they're
to them.
not.
They're
But-
problematic if you care about civil liberties.
Yes,
that's
Well,
what I'm saying.
you
They're saying no, it definitely helps the crimes, but it's definitely taking away civil
But
liberties.
it will never be used for the crimes.
Exactly.
Like, I mean,
the biggest risk not what they're
will-
trying to do, but it's like what they can do with it, basically. Because whether they're doing those things you're afraid of right this moment, not necessarily, but you're setting up the system for them to do.
Well, you think about the targeted.
Yes,
like,
when surveillance systems are built, they rarely shrink. That's a good point. Like that's a good point. You know, it's like
you think about targeted ads on your phone, like from social media. Like, is my phone listening to me or whatever? Like, I was just talking about this the other day, and then all of a sudden I got a notification. Whatever.
Yeah, it's almost like that's used to that.
Well, no, but like this shit right here is going to be used for pitching things like, oh, Matthew takes this route home from work 3 to 5 days a week. There's, these restaurants or these
they can
businesses
sell it
on the way
for targeted
that,
advertising.
like, because you pass through these geo nets of these
I feel like
places
just being on any kind. I feel like
Well,
a smartphone's already set us up for that, just because they know where we're going all the time already.
Let him.
then don't. I guess then so it's not a big deal.
No, it is a big deal.
Film us.
It's just another targeted data they can sell. Like
that everybody's going to be like, well, I mean, what does it matter? They track us on our phone everywhere. What's it matter? If they track us, like, if they track my license plate, what's it matter if they know that I go through this intersection every day between the time of this and this? Like, why do they need to know that? I'm not doing anything wrong. Like,
But it's like the first thing that you let up on was the first one, then the other one, then the other one, and then you get to how many we're just giving away every single bit of freedom.
1,000 cuts.
One, then two, it was like a point he brought up earlier is that it's like, well, people will look at it like, well, okay, what am I hiding? I'm not hiding. I don't have anything to hide. I'm not doing anything nefarious. Okay, so what? They can watch me leave my house at 8 o'clock, and they can watch me go to work. They can watch me leave work, and grab my lunch on the way home, stop and grab some cigarettes and go to they can watch me do that. I don't care. And it's like, okay, cool, right? You don't care about it when they're just watching you scratch your ass. But what about whenever they're coming in and trying to tax you more per year because, you travel a little bit more than somebody else because
carbon taxes on how much
they
you
get
drive.
turned like to China.
Exactly, because it's like, well, we see that you drive. We've estimated through flock data. We've been able to see that you travel X amount
They'll
further.
do it like your taxes.
I know.
They'll do it like your taxes, where they know exactly how much you drive.
Yeah, you have to tell.
And you have to calculate how much you drive and then send your shit in. And it's like, I drove this much this year. And it's like, actually, that's carbon fraud.
And people want to
now
say
you're,
that, and people want to say that mindset, oh, well, that's crazy. That's just thinking. And it's like, when have they ever, like it said, whenever these nets come up or whenever these surveillance, when surveillance systems are built, they rarely shrink.
Yeah,
they're gonna keep. It's gonna continue it in some kind of crazy way. So
it's just compounding.
But either way, I just recently saw that. I had never seen them, and
you'll see them even on the, like I said, just from the what's it called on them?
Oh yeah, the solar panel. But yeah, because it's like you'll have to watch out because some bus stops, there's certain bus stops or certain school zone signs that have solar panels, but then usually they'll tuck these behind. From what I've seen, they tuck them behind like a speed limit or a railroad cross, or they put it behind like a crosswalk sign.
So someone owns the land if it's permission. Private HOAs, city property if approved. Well,
City,
that's
yep.
That's everything that's not private property.
Exactly. All the easements that, like, down the road, the middle of the road, the easements, they can put them in any easement.
Telecom poles?
Yep. They can put them
They
anywhere.
can't get private
Well, the thing about it,
land.
too, it's
aim
like,
directly
look at
into
the-
someone's home.
Like
federal
the
land.
HOAs. It's like, you know, where it's like, think of all the things. It's like, I know you don't live in an HOA, but like you've known people that have lived in HOAs before, right? Or like, have you ever known
I haven't
anybody
ever
that-
lived in one.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
you
not
haven't,
familiar with them,
like,
but I
do you know anybody that's ever had to like deal with them?
I've
And, like,
always, I've always
they're-
heard they're pain in the ass.
Yeah, exactly.
No, well, and yeah, the level of like, hey, you can't have this out here, whatever. And then it's like, now they put a camera on your corner, and it's like,
Yeah, shit
no,
like
you
this
can't have
effectively
anything in your windows.
The shit, even if you don't think the government, if you don't think government's going to do all this stuff, whatever, look at it like they're pretty much trying to make everything one big HOA. And what Chris said is that it's like, you know, people that live in HOAs, or you've met somebody or something, and almost there's
like,
there's
you
very
can't park your
rarely,
car in your
if anybody thinks an HOA is awesome, they're more than likely the Karen of the HOA.
Are they the outliers?
Yeah, it's like most people are normally
They're on
like,
board.
man, I fucking hate my HOA. They told me
speak well of
No.
an HOA.
No.
If you're looking
Well,
for a house,
and
you'd
if
be
they
like,
do,
oh,
they're
no,
the head of the HOA.
The only reason that people speak positively about HOAs is because they increase your property value
Yeah.
because they exist.
Yes.
Like, and they keep houses up to a standard. But
Outside of that, anybody who lives under one, who buys a house, because usually they're buying a house there because it's like they didn't probably, if they'd had it their way, they probably would have bought one outside of an HOA. But sometimes you can only get what you can, like what's available. So either way, I thought that stuff was interesting.
Yeah,
it's like
it's
just
good to know, 'cause
another.
I didn't know.
Yeah, I had no idea either, and I was like, "That's crazy." I had never seen one pop up in the city, and I saw that, and I'm like, "Oh shit!" Like that's
Yeah.
kind of crazy. I knew about the ones, the police, the actual Dallas,
Yeah,
for a while,
but
Dallas
those are
police
like
is out of
all this different
intersections.
thing, yeah.
they're almost at like big intersections, and not at every intersection.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, I'm interested because apparently, as the one guy I saw in a video on YouTube said, there's people that are called deflockers that are, I guess, are actually taking these things down.
Yeah, people that are.
So we'll see, you know, because there's been a huge thing in the UK, like you said. You were like, that's like the UK.
Yeah.
There's guys
them
that'll be
cutting
out
down
there
the
with
cameras.
like sawzalls, and they'll be cutting the cameras down, and somebody will be recording and be like, oh, what a bloody shame, you're cutting that down.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's going to be interesting to see if there's enough of those people out there that are doing that to where the company eventually is like, fuck this. Or probably what's realistically going to happen is they're going to end up putting them high up on big
Yeah, it's
street
making it
lamps.
more difficult to
They're
get
going to put them
down.
on big street lamps. But then again, too, it's going to be maybe different, harder for reading it. There might be a balance of how they might have to keep them within a certain area to be able to accurately read plates and to do what they need.
If that's the case, give it a couple months. The technology will be to where it can do it.
not necessarily because they do
Yeah.
it on the highway like all the time.
They don't
they
need
can
much.
see you
That's
coming
where the
down
AI
No, I
stuff
agree.
can help them take a not high quality thing.
That's what I'm
and,
saying.
Like create a sharp image of it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm interested to see like how they pivot and adjust to people.
How people will do to get around.
Yeah, and not only that, but then too, what these companies are going to do in order to be able to protect their investment of what they're trying to accomplish.
That's the thing. I bet those can't. I mean, there might be so much, but all technology is getting so cheap that it would be easy for them to keep putting them up. I bet. Like
Potentially,
it'd be annoying
but
if there's,
you're
like,
paying people to do it is the thing, and it's still gonna, whether or not the equipment is cheap, your hourly rate for technicians and stuff is still gonna probably be, and you still might have to have some of those. But I do agree with you. I agree, and I recognize that point. You're right.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying like immediate,
no,
but it's just like
no.
As they're building the infrastructure, it's
Yes.
going to get easier for them to keep it like established.
And I will say though that with the raising, maybe the raising of awareness and stuff like that, I know it's different. It's different than the traffic red light cameras, but still, it's like the point I'm trying to make there is how people got rid of the red light cams, and I think some of that had to do though with the fact they were able to argue that people were stopping prematurely, causing accidents because they were afraid of catching a red light ticket. Because that was happening for a while, so people would stop early, cause a wreck, and so I think that was one of the main arguments for being able to outlaw red light cameras in the state. And I think that amongst also like a constitutional matter of almost I can't remember how they approached it,
Yeah.
but there was also some issue with that as well about why they were like, oh no, you can't do that. So
Yeah. Interesting.
But yeah,
Good stuff.
I don't really
Slot talk.
yeah, but I don't really have much else. If you want to,
I think that's good.
it's been a good conversation.
Yeah.
We're looking at 1952 for next year's.
Yeah, with the little 85 hangover probably.
Yeah. And do you have a recommendation of the week or anything? I haven't necessarily thought of one.
No, I
or-
haven't thought. So it's I can give it.
I think I got one. I got one.
Why?
Get you some of that natural. Get you some of that natural straight right from the vine, from the source mean. Get you some of that natural dopamine.
I did not know where
Get you straight from the source. You need to get some of that nice that
How can someone go about doing that?
So, for instance, I'll be honest with you. It's like I can very easily just get sucked into my phone because not just like doom scrolling, because that happens to me. I'm not going to act like I don't have doom scrolling, but I can get in that. In my phone and just like, because I'm really into collectibles and different hobbies.
Yeah.
And I do enjoy, I've recently been in this little rabbit hole of using ChatGPT to help me be able to figure out, okay, more accurately assess what's going on in the market right now. I understand this is a craze. For instance, I'll say with baseball cards. I love baseball cards. I like collecting. I don't buy a whole lot of new packs. I buy specific cards for guys I like. And
how much you're able to learn? You're learning a lot with it.
And so with ChatGPT, it's like I've used it to pretty much right now. Everybody is paying and if I've said this before, you can tell me. Correct?
It's like a new type of wiki, like rabbit hole.
Yeah, and exactly. And right now, I've been using it to assess what's happening with the Shohei Ohtani
in the Middle
card
East
phase. No, with the Shohei Ohtani card like craze right now, because Shohei is people. Back in his rookie year when his card dropped, they weren't paying much anything. You pick him up for next to nothing. And then a couple years later, he started doing good, and all of a sudden they went up to like $300 for a PSA 10 rookie. Then from from 300 it went up to 1,000, 3,000, 4,000. Now there's some of his cards that are up to like 30 grand. Not
I feel
just
like
regulars.
You're really into baseball.
Yeah.
I'm hardcore casual.
But you've heard a lot.
No, but the amount that I hear about him,
yes,
and like how big he is, and what he actually, the magic that he is, I think it's just like all that value is like catching up to the magic that he actually is.
So for sure that, but my thing that comes into play here is that I also like have to look at it
shady
from
business.
Well, I look at it from the craze standpoint, how people can just how people can create something
temporary,
and then eventually it's like
a bubble.
We recognize, and people were like okay. You recognize and you're
it's a
like
bubble. It's like
okay.
hold on.
Realistically, though, now that we've settled, it's like this is more real. So what I mean by that is
probably more like $3,000, not $30,000.
I looked up, and so for instance, some of the things that have set this precedent in a way for card prices have been like the 51. I know where I'm going with all this, by the way. The 51 Bowman,
I like how
the 51 Bowman Mickey Mantle, the 53 Topps Mantle, the Honus Wagner. Those are some of the most expensive cards. They're $3, $4, $5 million cards, right? The reason that those cards are so expensive, there was only a print run. The Honus Wagner's even shorter, but for we'll say the 51 Bowman. The 51 Bowman Mickey Mantle was around like 150,000 to 250,000 Mickey Mantle 51 Bowman cards printed. 250 to 150,000 that were printed. Out of those 150 to 250,000 that did not get stuffed into bike spokes, put as bookmarkers, thrown in the trash, there's only so many that survive.
Yeah.
And not only those so many that survived, but so many that survived in a certain condition.
Yeah.
So that is
PSA
what has
10,
made.
When you said the rating.
So yeah, the PSA 10 is the rating. So point is that is what has made those cards so expensive has been the fact that there was a very small
Yeah, it was
print
very
run,
rare, very-
and
very
then not only
few
the small print
limited
run, but
run.
people didn't know they were gonna be valuable.
Yeah.
So
it
they
was like
shoved them
by
in bike
luck
spokes.
that they
It was like
maintained high
Yeah,
quality.
it was like buying a bag
There
of
weren't
crack.
people actively doing their best to preserve them right away.
Invest some money in my company, Microsoft, in 1985 or
It was
something.
like
It's
it would
oh,
be
fuck it, I
like
got these
today.
stocks,
It would
sell
be
'em
like
off.
if you said today, you know those little cards you were pulling out of Cracker Jacks?
Yeah.
Save them.
Yeah.
They're going to be worth hundreds of thousands of millions of
Yeah.
dollars. You'd be like, shut the fuck. They're
Yeah.
putting them in Cracker Jacks. Why are they worth money?
Yeah, so
that's what they were thinking about the Mickey Mantles. So the Mickey Mantles are worth all this money, right? So I went into a rabbit hole. All this to say about how my dopamine, get that natural mean.
Yeah.
So I've gotten sucked into the rabbit hole for using AI to help me. For instance, this is my example, the Shohei thing.
Yeah.
I've recently found out there are 405. There's 405 Shohei Ohtani rookie card variations.
Interesting.
And that is only with tops. So there's 405 variation among those, and I tried like hell to get ChatGPT to give me the real number, the right down to the button number, and and I kept getting it to repeat, and eventually it pretty much got to the point where it kept repeating that among those 405 Shohei Ohtani rookie card variations, there are anywhere from 2 to like
4 million options.
43 million Ohtani rookie cards.
Yeah. Whereas
So from 2 to 43 million, and people have understood his value almost immediately.
So these cards aren't ending up in bicycle spokes.
No.
People, the minute you pull the Shohei card, you're holding it.
There's a large number of these cards.
There's a lot. There's already.
And all of them are worth this?
There's like three, right now.
No, well,
right
that's
now,
what-
they're going for crazy numbers, and right now, I think his number of PSA 10 rookies is like 3,000 something.
So for like comparison, there are Topps has essentially 400 different variations of Shohei Ohtani rookie cards.
Yes, that can be pitching. It can be hitting. It can be base, and then it can be. So you have the base card, and then you have color parallel.
I understand that, but
what's the pot of gold though?
Well, no, what I was going to say too.
like the
was
dopamine-
how many different variations of the Mickey Mantle card were there?
There was
it
one.
Probably,
It was one card. It was
the
one
picture
it
of
was
him
one
standing
card.
there with the bat on his shoulder, right?
Yeah, it's
Or
like
whatever.
the one. Yeah,
And
or it's
so-
like him looking to the side. But there was one variation. There was no other. It was only one card.
There was no refractor.
And-
there was no.
and that's it.
Picture
And so
of
it's
him
like
hitting.
right now. So what I meant by that with the dopamine to get to that is that it's very easily just to get sucked into your phone, whether it's doom scrolling, internet research, getting into a hobby, whatever. But it makes your it's like you don't realize it, but it really does. You're not. It's like you're searching for something, even though you like doing what you're doing. You're still searching for some kind of dopamine hit, even though you're enjoying that like chase of just looking at something. And it's like over the past couple of days, I've been or past week, I've been making an effort to try and work out once a week. Actually, get back and start working out and exercising.
Well, look at that. I
And
heard you
so-
say earlier about exercise. I'm like, what?
Yeah, so today, after I got back from hanging out with Allie, I went, I got on my Airdyne. I rode my Airdyne for a little bit, got my legs going, stretched out, and then I went for a walk. And
You got
then
some
in a
mean.
certain part of my walk, this is where it all comes in. I did 6 sets of sprints for 30 seconds. It's like I sprinted for like 30 seconds and then tried to get to 60 seconds, but I did that 6 times, and then I let my heart rate come back down to like a normal rate, and then I would sprint again, and I kept doing that. And I did notice that as I was out and doing that, because they say that doing the 6 sets of like, I think it's 30-second sprints.
It's called the Tabata.
If you sprint hard for 30 seconds, let your heart rate come down to a normal resting point where your heart rate's controlled, and you sprint again for 30 seconds, it actually doing that 6 different times will give you natural dopamine.
Yeah, it's
Tabata,
Well, it's I think they call it the Tabata like principle or the Tabata whatever.
Mhm.
But it's like you do your warm up, So it'd be like a 12-minute set of like the Tabata type protocol would be more beneficial than like a few hours of just
running.
like running. And
Yeah.
so it'd be
Yeah.
like, so like
having the heart rate like changes.
Up and down, up,
well,
down,
and on
up,
the,
down.
like the assault bike, like you were saying, you warm up on, like the Tabata protocol, you could do an entire workout on that where it would literally be 4 minutes of just a warm up.
Yeah, like high impact, like intermittent versus low
literally
intensity, like high
just
intensity bursts versus low intensity, like long.
Your regular speed. And then you have a timer set up, and then as soon as you get past 4 minutes, that first 30 seconds, all out sprint as fast as you can. And then as soon as that 30-second ends, you
Back
wait.
down to
you just
stop.
chill.
Yeah.
You literally stop for like 10 seconds, and then you do that for 4 minutes.
Yeah.
And then back to.
But yeah,
the
so all that
cool
to
down.
say, the whole thing is
Your body can get. Has
I brought it
drugs in
back.
Your body makes
Your
its own
body
drugs.
does make your own drugs.
It does.
It's like
And
flow state gets you in them
yes,
drugs pumping too.
And so all that to say is that, you know, get out there and do that. Just even if it's because you don't. That's my thing too. I'm not gonna lie. Like about a month or 2 months ago, I started to work out for the first time in a while. Because again, I have a very physical job and I'm always walking and doing stuff, and I don't think about it much. But I worked out and I kind of got a little depressed. I was like, I'm fucking sucking wind. Like my
old,
body,
Mikey.
like
You're
I don't
pathetic.
feel
You
like
look
I'm
like
as
shit.
strong. I don't feel like I'm
Mike,
strong.
I told you that you look bad.
It's like I remember
I'm joking.
when I was like 24, 25, 26, and I'm like, dude, I felt way stronger. I felt like I could run and do all this shit, not suck wind. I'm 34 and I'm like, I'm fucking sucking wind, all this shit. And so it's like, you know, all that to
I'm
say
happy
that
to hear you get
recently,
mad at yourself.
all that to say is that I went out and I said, okay, whatever. And I just started doing it. And it's like, I do already feel like I can kind of feel myself getting back. I can, even though I haven't done it long.
You'll definitely feel
and it's
it, like, especially if you've been that.
It's a benefit. It's like you got to push through that being depressed, because it's like you're going to go out if you haven't worked out in a while, and you're going to do something and be like,
what's the
fuck, and you're going to
third
feel a
law
certain way
of thermodynamics.
You're going to feel like,
can you look it up?
You're going to feel not so good if you haven't done it in a while. You're going to be like, oh fuck, like, and you're going to kind of hit that like, oh, what's even the point? I feel like I'm going to hurt myself doing this. And it's like, no, go past it, go a little bit further. And you don't have to, you know, it's like, that's a cool thing about it is learning. Like when you were a kid, you just thought, oh, I just need to lift.
Entropy of a system approaches a constant value. It's not hooked up there.
Oh, okay.
The third law of entropy of a system approaches constant values. Its temperature approaches absolute zero.
So it's one of those things that, like what he's saying, when he was younger.
This has to do with the whole thing of entropy, just like the things.
No, I
going
know,
disorder.
but the way that the principle applies for the third law of thermodynamics is that progression in one area leads to entropy in somewhere else. And so, like what he's saying is that when he was younger, it was like he would do things or whatever, and they would come effortlessly.
Yeah.
But at a certain point, it's like they talk about, one day you jump for the last time or you run for the last time. And it's like, and you don't do it, but you still think, you was like, well, shit, the last time I jumped, I was really good.
Yeah, I was good at that.
Until
This is how it felt.
you actually do it.
Yep.
And so, like, that's why I brought up the third law of thermodynamics is that, like, the last time you lifted weights, you may have been very strong and you're still very strong, but it's one of those things that you're not as strong as you were at that time because of the way that exists is that you've progressed in something else. And so progression in something else.
You have gotten weaker. Like you were strong and your muscles have got weakened,
Well, yeah, because like you've committed to something else, and commitment in something else leads to atrophy or entropy in the existing things.
Something that you thought
like
you always have
adherence to one thing leads to the decay of something else.
Yeah.
And so
it's like you got to actually set aside time and be committed to it.
Yeah, it's like juggling.
Exactly. Now it's something I used to. Now it's something I have to do. Whereas back then it's like I kind of had it. But yeah. Either way, that was the longest recommendation.
Yeah,
I
about to say,
I've had.
that was a good rec, man. I don't even.
But either way,
go from there. I would say, and there's I'm not like a person who cares about, like, my wife's got record player and like a bunch of records. She didn't even really listen to them, but she likes that, like a lot of people who collect records. I think they just like collecting them and having them. I don't know, sure a bunch, if not, I feel like don't actually listen to them that I know because it might, but who knows? Either way,
I agree.
There's an
That's
experience. Like if you listen to records, people do it because there's a different experience to get with the music.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's the sound or just the experience of there's everything in that whole experience of listening to a record, to how it sounds, and just the whole physical act of it.
Yeah.
It's like a whole gives it more power and importance.
It's like a sacrament.
You know?
I agree. Yeah.
And so and I feel like people with cassette tapes, everything's trendy. I know some people get into that. My wife has a bunch of random cassette tapes, and these are both things I have a couple of records I've gotten as gifts because it's cool. I love the band. I'll have that record, but I don't care. I don't ever go out of my way to really do it.
Yeah.
And I would never do that with tapes either. And it's kind of been oh, that's cool. But if I listen to something the convenience of whatever's technology, I don't care enough about the active records and tapes. Well, we recently got this an old vehicle that has a cassette tape player in it, right? And it actually it's one of those rare years. It was '99, so it has a CD player and a cassette player.
That's what mine has.
So it's interesting. So we're testing the CD player. It didn't work. I kind of expected. I'd be surprised. I was able to get it, but I couldn't read it right. And well, let's try the cassette player out. And Stephanie's got all these old cassettes. She's got cool ones. So she had a Talking Heads one. And we put it in there and it works.
Oh, nice.
So that's cool. So it's a way to kind of actually get us we're driving us to listen to cassettes.
Listen to them, yeah.
But then beyond that, I was just thinking of the unique thing the cassettes kind of do because I noticed it whenever she put the Talking Heads tape in there. We're driving and it's whatever song and stuff was on, which a lot of people haven't listened to all their albums. They'll listen to the popular songs. We're forced listening to it.
All of
we
them.
can't just easily skip ahead. We can't just do whatever. But you were cool, so you're I'm just gonna let it play from
better
there.
to just let
and
it
you're
play.
actually listening to the full album better, right? And I was just thinking about the cassettes having that value outside. This. Yeah. It really forces you to, if you just be I want to listen to this to a band. Put the tape in and I'm gonna listen. I'm not even be able to skip ahead. And just I thought that was a cool thing in itself.
I agree.
And then I was thinking about comparing that to records. I'm and it's actually records are even more like CDs because record players you can lift up the needle and you can skip ahead to songs.
Yeah, no.
So where it's easier to skip ahead in a record. So where I feel this tape really has its own unique experience in it.
Yeah.
If you commit to it, so we're not gonna be able to skip it even if we want to.
Tapes actually. I feel like they did have some type of mark in there.
Well, yeah,
because I feel this
when you fast forward, you mean?
No, I feel like there was an option on the cassette thing, the fast forward, that could skip you a certain amount of time or whatever. Yeah. But no, the ones that when you were talking about that I really thought about was hearing people that were my parents' age talk about 8 tracks.
Yeah.
And how 8 tracks, there was no fast forward or rewind
so 8
option.
Was even worse.
If you wanted to hear that song again, you had to ride around for another 45 minutes.
So
until it played again.
Even more hardcore step in that direction.
Because
all that to say is,
talking about
if you have a tape player or whatever, and you have some tapes of bands, give them a listen.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. I agree with that.
Listen to music intentionally.
And like I said,
listen
I think
to music with an intention to, I want to sit and listen to music.
I think that brings me back around to kind of what I was saying in another way, and what I've tried to say in other episodes about again. It's what should human experience be? What should be being a human being? It's so much of the time I think we just get caught up in the technological advancement all the time and buying the newest thing and getting the thing that gets us to that Twinkie faster. That gets us to that. It gets me to that Twinkie, that cream filling faster versus well, really, what if the whole real enjoyment came from the whole process?
Yeah.
Like you said, it was a sacrament. It's it came from it was a tea ceremony.
Yeah, pulling it
it's
out.
a tea ceremony about how it was you didn't, with now it's so easy for me to just be who do y'all want to listen to? Okay, bam, there we go. We got them going. Rather than okay, well, who do you want to listen to? Okay, let's go pull that out. And now this is going to be this whole moment.
I would say my recommendation is to empower you to, the only thing that's going to keep alive the things that you feel for you bring you value in the human experience. So it's you're saying there's things that you could do to where I don't want these things to die.
Yeah.
That whoever feels this way about things be active in doing those things.
Yeah.
It's because perpetuating them yourself is the only thing that can keep them alive at all for however long.
I agree with that. Yeah, because then especially too, if other people are seeing it and they're like, oh, because then they see the value
Be active
in
in doing the things you don't want humans to lose.
Well, exactly. That's like I've started talking into my tape recorder by myself a lot.
Yeah.
Like I have an actual tape recorder and I've been talking
There you
into
go.
it, even though it's digital. But people were like, well, why are you even talking? Or why would you not just write it down or put it in your note? It's like, I don't know how many, I've watched documentaries and stuff on people, and it was like, oh yeah, we found all these tape recording. He had all these tape
how much
recordings.
easier it is to get your thoughts out speaking and writing it all down? That's how I feel.
And because then too, you make these mistakes, and it's fine. It's like, okay, whatever. I don't erase it. It's just there. It is.
Well, and you think about too, it was like I know I've been real bad lately about just being black pilled totally on like society and the direction everything's headed.
Glad you could
and
be
everything.
open about this.
But I think about, like, I literally just thought about it while you were talking about that, and how, like, you think about somebody like Powell. Powell was the old guy that Mikey knew in the neighborhood.
Yeah, he's got his jacket. His wife loves him.
That had he had old cars and old motorcycles and stuff like that. And I can imagine Powell was probably one of those dudes that, when they came out with the fuel injected engine, it's like he was, he's probably like, oh, this is pretty neat, whatever. But what happens to the carbureted engine, and what happens to all the things that I knew about whatever? And he probably looked at the world a lot like, these kids are going to grow up without ever knowing the joy of working on their own car or whatever. And for the most part, he was probably right. But then he met somebody like Mikey, who, was a young guy that had an interest in those old world things that, that wanted to learn those things, and that, that he was able to pass those things on.
Exactly. Those live,
and so
how he felt about life lives on.
One, it also too, it's like, it gave.
He could have easily been black-pilled, on that, like, oh, eventually it's going to get to the point where cars are totally automated.
Yeah.
And you can't work on them. And I mean, he's, to a degree he's right, but it's like
he helped keep that alive. He was like what Matt was saying. It's like he helped keep that alive.
He fostered that. And he could have like I said, easily been like these.
So what's your recommendation? Get an old man friend?
I mean, just the same as what y'all are talking about. Like it.
Now Mikey's the one talking about it.
Well, no, you were talking about like cassette tapes and stuff like that. Just like old, it's like,
it was more
don't worry about everybody else keeping stuff alive. It's like,
and it's almost like I would say, don't
as much as you
if
can.
If you could sit there and put an album on your phone and listen to it the same way, by all means do that. If you don't have cassette, but I feel like it's so easy to not do that. That I feel like the odds are you're not going to commit to it. But that whole act of doing it all it reinforces you. It's kind of like stand up reading a book.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm standing up and I'm reading a book.
Well, but even
I'm here.
Even that, talking about pulling up a song on your phone, it was like I think about songs that I'll hear nowadays that when I was a kid, I would hear a song or whatever that was a new song.
Ladies would never say those kind of words.
No, and my parents would be like, oh, that's,
Tupac,
the Isley Brothers or something. And it's like, and nowadays it's like you'll hear a song to where like they're reusing beats that we heard when we were kids.
Yeah.
And so it was like we can then turn around to the younger generation and be like, hey,
you didn't realize it, but that's actually from this.
This
other
actually
song.
came from this, which actually came from this, and even through just using your phone the easy way or whatever, it's like you're still exposing them to like that. Hey, this stuff goes back further than you may have thought. Whatever. And so it's like,
definitely.
I guess
definitely like
if you have an interest in something, or if you have an interest in preserving something, then like,
amen to that.
Yeah, continue to do it because
because you're gonna be dead one day and you won't be able to do it when you're dead.
Exactly.
You can't do anything then.
Well, I guess like talking to God, you could talk to God. And
you can.
Like Norm said, it's cool to be alive. There's a lot of people that didn't get to be alive.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
Exactly. He was like, people say he's in a better place. He was like, really? Because a few minutes ago he was alive in his bed, and now he's on the floor and he's dead from a heart attack.
All right, guys. Well,
all right. Well, there's only one thing left to say, and we might see you next week. We're going to be coming up on Thanksgiving.
That's Thursday, bro.
I hope. I know, but
so
I mean,
we're gonna do a Thursday Thanksgiving episode.
No, I'm saying like I don't know who's to say that we'll be here Saturday if we're
the world could end.
No, but I mean other people could have things going on. I know
that's fine. I'm not gonna hold it against you.
Thanksgiving schedules
be here.
Okay, well I don't know. Maybe you're like, oh hey, my mom wants me to come to her place on Thanksgiving on Saturday.
No, they want to go.
I
bowling.
swear, watch that happen.
Yeah, you're gonna be like, I'm gonna have to go on Saturday. We're doing a family. Cousin,
no, I'm just saying. I'm not saying I want that to happen, but watch like my mom bring it up.
Their Thanksgiving.
What about Saturday?
They're going bowling on Thanksgiving. That's the family tradition.
No, we don't do that no more, dude. That died a long time ago. That's before COVID.